he wasn't supposed to take the responsibility of being their manager. So people were like, knowing Jude, I don't think he's the best person. People were actually, so it took a while before the family, the mother was now okay with it.
Person will get criminal tendency, they know they manipulate them. Paul already has it. Paul is not being manipulated. Just know that one first.
Person was supposed to collect 90 million. Can't report to him brother. Can't say they don't give him 90 million. Don't be criminal.
Exactly.
It's like, well, Afrobeats is what music being made by West African people, then plus Tyler. Like that to me is just
plus Tyler.
Yeah, but really, that's what it is. West African people plus Tyler.
The tag Afrobeats does not negate what you describe yourself as. You can be hip hop. You are still hip hop.
One of my favorite songs on this project is called Cry. How Cry starts, like with the beat drop, was the possibility of a young warlord. I wish that was the chorus because that melody is so tight.
Appreciate everyone tuning in, everyone walking in. It's another episode of ATTW. We are excited to cover so much today. There's a lot to tap into. A lot of conversations have sprung since the last time we hung out. But lots of new music has dropped too as well since the last time we hung out too. So I'm looking forward to today's session. You know, we have top 10. If I assume
top 10 should be here in 30 minutes.
Oh, in 30 minutes. So we do not have top 10. Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. Regardless, man, where do we want to kick off? Because it's very obvious. Like, we're just talking about it now. Dante said...
I asked me where I want to kick off.
No. Don't worry. I can take the reins here. Dante as someone... Anyway,
I came to engage you today. There's something you said, and I need to say my two piece, but let me free you for now.
Something I said what on New Music Friday?
No. Actually, please let's address it now.
What was it? What was said that needs to be addressed?
We're not gonna. Don't worry, it's not that. But we're not going to go too far.
Okay.
It's the Afrobeats thing.
Oh, is this Zaylevelten Afrobeats conversation? Okay. Yeah.
You're not even.
We can do it.
And you can see the vision.
Okay, no, we can definitely do it. Okay, so for those of you that are probably not up to date on what Dante is referring to, I don't know what exactly. Actually, yes, I do know what caused it. Since the old P-Square situation, right? A lot of people have been reminiscing of that era. You know, people have been going back in time to acknowledge how great and high of the quality the music was in the 2000s. I mean, because of the P-Square conversation, it just reminded people about Tubaba, reminded people about the Banj. And there's a lot of reminiscing on music. And in the journey of reminiscing for so many people, they started making comparisons with music of today. You know? So someone now made a side-by-side of, I think it's Tubaba song and a Zaylevelten song. I'm not sure. Somebody did a side-by-side comparison.
It was a Tubaba.
It was a Tubaba song, right? And then someone put it side to side and said Afrobeats in 2004 versus 2006 versus Afrobeats in 2026. And a lot of people in the comments, a lot of Zay fans, a lot of Zaylevelten fans were just responding, well, Zaylevelten is not Afrobeats, right? So why is this even a comparison? Why are we... Like, I think it's a stupid comparison generally, Afrobeats or not. It's a stupid comparison to even be making like that, because how did we land there? But a lot of people were saying, yeah, Zaylevelten is not Afrobeats artist, and we've made we've had this conversation before on Space. Like, we've actually, maybe I didn't make a whole emphasis on it, but the idea of Zaylevelten not being Afrobeats, or at least people trying not to see a world where he can be considered Afrobeats, or just scoffing at the idea of him being Afrobeats because I think he has said it, his team has said it too, that he's not Afrobeats, what he's doing is not Afrobeats. it always goes back to the question: what is Afrobeats in the first place, right? What exactly is your definition of Afrobeats for you to dissociate yourself away from it or not want to be attached to that tag? And I just put out the tweet that was, the number one song right now in quote unquote Afrobeats. If you were going to look at the charts, look at one of the biggest records right now, Chanel was heavily borrowed by what Zaylevelten has contributed in the last year or so, with the elementary producer pattern, the cadence and the flow that we saw Black Bones even take up on the song itself. So I then made I made a tweet just because a lot of people were just going off of, Zay is not Afrobeat, Zay is not Afrobeat, which by any means anybody wants to go by a certain term, you have the freedom to do so, right? Like nobody's holding you. It's a free world. But by definition of what Afrobeat is, I put out a tweet. I don't even know if I want to quote it word for word, but just to paraphrase the tweet, I was just saying, it's probably going to hurt his trajectory if he is trying to disdain himself away from Afrobeat, especially when one of the biggest songs right now is eating off of his sound, eating off of his essence, and him not trying to even tap in or engage the Afrobeat culture or label, we'll just see him be left behind in a lot of ways. First off, like just the ideology of it all. That what's quote unquote Afrobeat is already getting into his sound, getting into his wave, and then like I said again, it goes back to what I said about the definition of Afrobeat. A lot of people still view it as a sound. It has to meet this certain Yemi Alade, Kiss Daniel aesthetic in order for it to be considered Afrobeat. And then I said it's ever evolving. And I made the point that it's ever evolving. We've talked about this before. I don't want to really be quoting myself and it sound like a broken record. But I said, but just to summarize quickly, Belema, but essentially, he can be a part of the evolution of the sound. He can be a part of the progress that the sound can make. He's already starting to make those grounds from a sonic perspective. What people are doing right now, Ashake and Black Bones are already hopping on your wave. It makes sense that he can be the future of a sonic shift for Afrobeats. The potential is glaring to anybody that has ears and eyes, essentially. So if he is trying to push away from that culture or push away from the tag itself, I just find it silly. I find it like shooting yourself in the foot. And then that was the argument I was essentially laying out with the tweet. And then I, of course, engaged with a few other people on the TL just that didn't agree with me or agree with my position about it. But I think Dante wanted to address it on stage tonight.
Real fast. So sorry.
Yeah.
Real fast. Before I even let Dante jump into
it. Yeah.
As somebody that does not have a dog in this fight, I saw all the conversations this weekend.
Yeah.
And I just have one thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
I think we do this all the time. And I'm glad you mentioned the whole what exactly is Afrobeats.
Yeah.
The reality of things is what people think is Afrobeats is not what actually functions as Afrobeats, right? So we've talked a lot about the whole idea of Afrobeats really in all genuinity in today's day and age. It has become a statement that they use to primarily focus on African music that comes from specifically English-speaking West Africa.
Yeah,
that's mostly what people refer to as Afrobeats. It doesn't stop something from being hip hop. It doesn't stop something from being
R&B.
It doesn't stop something from being R&B. I think we get so into the dynamics of things, right? So we want to talk about the genre of something. We want to talk about, well, this is a Fuji sound. This is this kind of sound. This is that kind of sound. And I love that for us. But then we need to now dissect that within ourselves. So are we looking at this internally or are we looking at this as how it is presented to others? The reality of pop music and what I genuinely think it is that for us, especially in the Nigerian music context, what ends up happening is that they don't just use Afrobeats as a general statement for us anymore. It specifically now handles a lot of what turns out to be our music that gets popular. And so that doesn't stop something from being both hip hop and Afrobeats. That doesn't stop something from being both R&B and Afrobeats. So if Tensky comes and says, I'm a rapper, shout out to him as a rapper.
Yeah.
He's a rapper that is making Afrobeats rap music, whether he wants to or not. And I think the Afro this, Afro depression, Afro this one, Afro that one. Shout out to everybody and their mother with all their different variations. That Afro at the beginning is what is doing the heavy lifting for you. So even if he's a hip hop artist, yes, he is.
He is.
And that's
clearly hip hop.
That's why I said that I wanted to say this first before everybody jumps in, because I genuinely wholeheartedly think the entire trail of argument and a lot of the back and forths I was seeing were hilarious, and they were only hilarious to me because technically nobody was wrong, but everybody was right. The one that is right. Nah. Die on the hill that he's a hip hop artist. Yes, he's a hip hop artist.
No, yeah, of course. Yes, that's my argument. That's my position. I didn't say he's not hip hop. I could never say he's not hip hop. I can never say he's not coming there with an evolution of Nigerian hip hop or variation of Nigerian hip hop that we haven't seen in a long time. Right?
All this to say, and I want to let everybody else address how they feel about it, but all this to say is that as somebody that does not really care about all of this, you understand that as long as you're English speaking in West Africa, your music is Afrobeats.
Belema. No. I think I understand what you're trying to say. Yes, but
I am very much simplifying.
Specifically pop. Let's keep it. Afrobeat is a pop space. It's a pop genre. It's a vacuum. It's like think of it like a room, and that sounds come in and out. It's a ever revolving door of sound sonically. Okay, it was Coupé de Calais one time. It was High Life one time. You know, it was hip hop one time. It was R&B one time. Like it's always going to have it's ever evolving. You can't strip it down to a sound. That's the main reality of it. If you bring an Afrobeat song towards me today, we can break it down and actually point you to the actual genres where it's pulling from. We've
talked about this a lot, even
extensively.
When people were trying to dissect what alter is, and it's not a genre. Afrobeats is not a genre. It is like a collection.
It's a culture. It's a pool of audience that you're engaging. It's a pool of audience that you're engaging. And if your music connects to that audience, hey bro, you're Afrobeats, bro.
Like making Afrobeats music for an Afrobeats audience. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it very oversimplified because I think once we start getting into the everybody.
I don't want people to obviously because obviously there's people that still resent the idea of calling everything Afrobeats because obviously the music is broader like that. The music is more diverse and I don't want to be in the same pool of let's call everything Afrobeats. I think let's call everything mainstream. Let's call everything mainstream. Yes. So let's make that clarification.
I want to be very clear that those words did not leave my mouth.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that
popular music for that section is what is being referred to as Afrobeat.
Exactly.
So if you are doing hip hop, if you're doing pop, if you're doing R&B, if you're doing whatever it is, and it feeds into that audience, they call your music Afrobeat. It's a culture. That's why I brought back the alter thing. Like literally, you can do multiple different kinds of music.
And it's also connected to the things you say, the lingo, the slang. Everybody will
be fine.
Bruh.
The argument is
anyway.
It was just very funny to watch over the weekend because I was like, what are you people even talking about?
It's because I see it quite often, and I was just like, okay, let me actually just address this thing because it just boggles my mind.
He's not an Afrobeats artist, though.
Yeah. I mean, for sure, and he can even come forward and say he's not too, right? As much as he can, he will.
He already said he's not.
He probably has, in a lot of ways. Yeah. So he can make that position for him at the point where he is. But I am of the opinion that he's shooting himself in the foot if he is not engaging a momentum that he has currently. If he's not engaged, and it's its own peril with him and his team. If they don't want to engage that momentum, it's fine to them, right? But at the end of the day, it's just crazy. Once you witness that your sound is already impacting a space, your sound is already shifting things in a space, and you don't want to be the front and face of it, that is, to me, just seems crazy. That's all it is. But Dante, I know Dante wanted to come into this conversation. Which angle did you want to come? Because you said you had something for me.
So I'm not gonna have the what is Afrobeats conversation in everything it is. Mm-hmm. But let me address something you just said. I don't agree that you're not trying to be the face of it, but you're not trying to be the face of it with the tag Afrobeats. I'll give you. You know what? I'll give you my angle straight up.
Okay.
Life isn't fair, and I think calling Zaylevelten an Afrobeats artist is unfair.
It's not fair.
And even wait, let me.
No, I'm just clarifying. I'm just clarifying what you're saying. It's not fair. Okay.
I'll tell you why. It might be a little bit sentimental, but I'll tell you why I think it's not fair.
Okay.
Because you also added the context of once it's mainstream, it can take on the Afrobeats tag. Mm-hmm. I think that's very. It sounds dangerous to me.
Okay.
Why?
Explain.
I think of Zay and I think of Eternals. Mm-hmm. I think of their stories and like how when they were trying to grind out that particular sound, and so many other artists, people around them, whether those people were well educated or not on what Afrobeats is meant to be, the two definitions, sonic or just how we see it once we step outside. That's why Blema mentioned that are we taking the conversation from inwardly, like the people in the country and in the space, or from an outsider's perspective? So my conversation is very much like inwardly.
Okay.
So when you're telling these people that, hey, you're not in Afrobeats, do the things that Nigerians vibe to say, oh yeah, you're speaking pidgin, but like this beat, and Nigerians won't like it. It's not Afrobeats, it's not this, it's not that, it's not that. But once you pop, people start saying, oh yeah, you're Afrobeats. Oh yeah, you're Afrobeats. Like that's crazy to me. that is so easy to do because this person had to be so stubborn, be so particular, grind out, get better, excel at what they do, then it starts working out.
Okay, let's peel back. Let's peel back what makes it crazy.
What makes it crazy?
Yeah.
My first literal words, like unfair. It's quite unfair to them and the community they try to build. The producer is rejecting it, the artist is rejecting that, hey, we really want it to be something different. But once they start reaching mainstream, oh yeah, you guys are Afrobeats, by the way.
Can I say something to this, Dante? That might help with kind of what you're talking about. It goes back. It's sad that this is essentially the example we're gonna have to keep going to, right? But it's the whole idea of how it's the whole idea of how like the whole alter thing came about, right? Was they were not being allowed into the same spaces as the typical quote unquote Afrobeats artists, right? So the producers weren't working with them, the radio stations weren't playing them, so they built their own community to push their own sound. And I kept wondering why you keep saying unfair. And really what you're trying to say is that they did all of this work and they were not accepted. And all of a sudden, the people that did not accept them are now the people that they should be claiming to be part of. And so that really, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but that really is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, like it's not even like just all of, it's exactly
what you're trying to say. So they've put in all of this work, and the people that did not accept them before are quote unquote accepting them now that they are doing well. And I think like that is just a theory of how life works, right? It doesn't then stop the music from the music from functioning within that space that quote unquote didn't want them. Right? So that's where I'm coming from. is that really that while it is understandable to say, I do not claim any relationship or partnership with these people, it is also something where you have to fully understand that whether you choose to or not choose to, that music is 100% interacting in the space that detested you regardless.
Yeah.
That's really all it is.
I don't view that as like a report unnecessary. It's just like it's clear observation of what it is. I'm just saying that like that POV needs to also be engaged. Like you need to be aware of what exactly like what goes through a lot of this type of artist mind when things like this start happening, because it's like, yo, like why am I being suddenly claimed? Oh, what changed? And that's really maybe not to sound sexual, where the paranoia is kind of like, oh, like so it's working. Like that's the only difference. The only difference is that it is popping. There is there is nothing else. There's no they didn't suddenly find a new.
But that's the
point. That's the point.
That's the whole point of the Afrobeat.
That's how it works.
And that's why I'm saying that it is unfair. It is again internal.
Okay. Another thing. Wait. And another question to Dante.
Right.
Why can't one thing have multiple descriptions?
I never said it couldn't have multiple descriptions. Again.
So why is it crazy?
You gotta leave. It is crazy. It is crazy.
So is it crazy?
You have to understand where he's coming from.
It is being addressed.
No.
That side. You have the awareness of that POV, but it is being addressed. When again, that's what I said. About saying there's the outward conversation and the internal conversation, and I'm focusing on the internal conversation. When you get outside, okay, by the way, I mean we operate an export market.
Yeah.
The reason why Afrobeats can be one front is because like they group us together, and then once it enters, that's the pipeline. On the contrary, with SA, they don't necessarily have to operate an export market. They can have as many genres, call it as many names as they want, because Nasty can leave his label and then say, I'm going on tour, and it goes crazy. And I'm seeing all the press, I'm like, this is crazy. They have all these things can be happening between different genres. They already had like specifications. I remember when Caspar Newvest was like this was like an album like years ago, was like, oh, I just went gold in my country. But that concept of people going gold in Nigeria was not even a thing for a long time. Like they built something there, their ecosystem. They talk about CMOs and PROs, they built that. So they don't necessarily have to export per se. We have to export. And it's because we have to export that Afrobeat thing has to work. But when we're having the internal conversation, I don't necessarily agree with calling somebody what you rejected and told them they were not in the first place when it is only working. That's just like my thing. I get it. It's not that I don't get it.
Okay.
But I need it to be addressed with that other context. That like you could say to take it from this point to this point, the Afrobeat thing might have to come in. He might start claiming it if he wants to, and all this, but from his production to all this, like look at even like when he started making noise, the bashing, the this, the ruin, the this. It's like, yo, I'm not even doing what you guys are doing. Like I know, like in the context of that comparison of the two faces, and I agree that you said is ridiculous.
Yeah.
To me, it's just like, okay, but forget, even just maybe not forget genre, but like this is not the same thing. Do you know how many people have to be born? How many styles of alternative hip hop had to exist before they even reach the era of Zaylevelten? Like that doesn't even make any sense. So people are also making these comparisons without nuance. So my thing is, accept that this is the reality. It is that people are claiming somebody just because it is working. When it gets outside and wants to attach it, wants to use it as an was the extracurricular in the class of the music of the world, and to stand aside from like, oh, the next Destroy Lonely, the next Ken Carson. I get that, but like I don't want to go into the argument of the name or like all these things. It's like, well, Afrobeat is what music being made by West African people, then plus Tyler. Like that to me is just
plus Tyler.
But really, that's incomplete.
What it is. Wait, let me land here
people
for now.
plus Tyler.
Wait, because it's plus Tyler now.
Yeah.
Why else?
I don't disagree.
No. It's just funny. Just go ahead. This will give her the award.
For now, I'm gonna what was it? For now, I'm gonna stop here. I think just saying that and trying to simplify, sorry, the conversation does not help for the people that really care about it. Trying to just it's an incomplete conversation, and I want the full conversation.
Absolutely, we've been having. You don't think my tweet is not having the full conversation?
Nah, I don't.
So
Because I want that underlying like that nuance of like, oh, this is what this is. Because even when you listen to it, it is not the same thing.
Okay, let me just add something.
Okay, sorry.
Lastly,
Dari,
okay,
please.
finish up.
All these slangs are not Afrobeat slangs. It might use some, but like a lot of that not even is a whole different space. So we do have to like define this in some way or the other.
No, wait.
The moment you messed up was when you said it's regressive. That's really what it was.
Oh no.
So,
I think it's regressive.
Let me have my take on this.
Okay. Dari wants to speak. Let me not hug the mic because obviously that's what I said a lot. But yes, Dari, please go ahead.
So like, I think your tweet doesn't even say he's not a rapper. It says dissociating himself from the Afrobeat tag. So like, I don't see it as a scenario where you're saying he's not even a rapper or something of that sort. And I don't think we want to overflow the semantics of what Afrobeat is and all of those things. But I just wanted to bring like a particular lens to certain things that Dante was saying.
Yeah.
I think first and foremost, as an artist, in the long run, what you want is acceptance for whatever you're doing.
Absolutely.
And when you also think about it from like a product or product management lens, when you start off something that is innovative or that is sort of like new or a twist of what already or things that already exist, definitely when you start up, you have people that they call early adopters. Those are like the first people that they want to try new things, they're looking for that fresh vibe and all of those things. But definitely, as with time, the usual thing is that your product gets to a mass appeal, ideally, and I think that's what's happening here. So, and because Dante was mentioning that initially, like people were resistant, and definitely, I think that can definitely artists are very sensitive people, so I think it can be hurtful when you feel like you're giving people new things and they're not embracing it at once, and you have just a community of people then later on. But the thing people don't also notice is you're also refining that sound, and so like with time, definitely it gets to that mass appeal where like people now begin to there's really something here. There may be somebody big that is hops on that sound like the way we've seen, and definitely now there's a mass appeal. And it can be like, I was telling you guys before, but you guys were not feeling it and all of. But now everybody wants to do my shit, that kind of thing. And like they always say, like imitation is a high form of flattery and all of those things. Yeah. So I think that's really what's happening here, and definitely the way Afrobeats is that it takes what's popping, like he embraces it gladly. We can say with whether it's piano or whatever, and all of those things. And I think just not to overflow things, I don't really think in the end we can really take out the hip hop from Afrobeats. From the very onset, it has always been like the base. Even the initial tweet that started this whole this thing where it was Two-Face. Two-Face was busting raps on his first album.
Yep.
Like
I did it on my way this time.
Things, I think we can't afford to get too sensitive about it, but I also understand if people get sensitive about it and all of those things. And I also understand that artists who also want to brand themselves, and distinct themselves in
That's what it is.
certain ways and all of those things.
That's
so
what it
it's
is.
just a crazy conversation.
That's what it is, man. I think we've seen variations of artists, even someone like Fireboy. Think someone like Fireboy trying to separate himself from Afrobeat in a way that wanted to sound very unique, right? And there's this innate, like, nature, or there's this innate traits that artists have that they want to stand out. And I completely get it. Everyone gets, no one enjoys getting lumped into a group of artists, right? No one enjoys being lumped into a certain class or say they just want to categorize your music and they're just using that just for as a point of reference. And yeah, like there's a pushback against the term. There's a clear pushback against that term. We've seen it with multiple artists that in all like definition, in all aspects, they operate within the space. Either they're very selective about their operation within that space, i.e. someone like Thames. Thames is super selective when she wants to be Afrobeats versus not. That's the reality of it, okay? There's certain records when she knows when it's time for singles. There's a certain Afrobeat hat you have to wear. I put it down later, you know? So it's such a dynamic thing, and every human being is dynamic. You can be Afrobeats in a certain aspect of your artistry. Say it can be just from your production or just from your style of delivery. It can be just from your from just any aspect of your music, and on the flip side of things, you can be other things. That's why I'm always on the verge of you can be Afrobeats and everything else, because people think Afrobeats is a cage, and I reject that sentiment of it being a cage.
Try to educate. I feel like first of all, before the reason why I feel a lot of people are disagreeing with you, even me, is because of the angle. So I'm not just disagreeing because of just the angle. It's because there are two different conversations happening. So you already have like the education, the awareness of like, oh, Afrobeat, West African music. And then people having a conversation of what's mainstream and what's not. What type of sound selection is used with some people and what are these people doing? There are a lot of people who don't listen to the normal Afrobeats, all these things. They have what they've been listening to hip hop wise specifically.
Yeah.
And then when they found the version in Tensky, they were like, oh, this is my Nigerian version of this person or this other person. And they took that. Their reception to him had nothing to do with what was going on in our own mainstream.
It doesn't have to.
But
it doesn't have to though.
First, but if everybody was on the same page of, oh, this is our pop music's name. So once it becomes popular, you know, you can take on that tag. People are not coming at you from that angle. They're having a separate conversation, which is you're putting a name on something that the people with that name rejected all this while. And still reject, by the way. The only other, like I mentioned, is that like the Fola and
okay.
Fola and
okay, can I just okay, Dante, because I don't want you to keep, because I just want to attack something you just said now real quick, and I just so this conversation doesn't spiral or I lose my train of thought. However somebody wants to be described, and trust me, when we live in reality, it's sad and it's realistic that it's not up to them. It is not up to you. It's not up to you how you are viewed. If you understand what I mean. Especially when it comes to a wide and saturated space like music. Categories help people. You can walk into a library, you need something fiction, you need something in self-development genre, you need categories everywhere. It helps. That's how human beings work through a pool of so much material. Bro, do you know how many songs get uploaded every day? Right? Categories will exist, and artists.
There's only one thing wrong with what you just said.
What is wrong?
Sorry, not wrong. The only thing
what is wrong?
What you just said is as if like I acknowledge the essence of categories.
Yes.
Earlier.
Yes.
And using Fireboy as example was also not so great. Why? Because if the artists were trained to answer the question, which sometimes on this non-Nigerian, non-African platforms they do ask them, is like, oh, what makes yours different?
How often do they ask that question? They don't.
They do.
But how often?
Sometimes.
How often?
It's not about like how often. That's where I'm getting to. It needs to become more often.
Yeah, of course. That's what we say every day.
I feel like that's the middle ground, if anything, of like, are we going to put this and what separates this person from this person? Again, like the category thing is for outsiders, pun intended. The category thing is for the people who are perceiving us. It's for the essence of the pipeline. Because sorry, did you say stop?
No, he's making the outsiders.
Okay. All right. Okay. Joke. So it's for the people who are perceiving us, it's for the existence of a pipeline, an established pipeline, whether we like it or not. They tried to fight against the name. They didn't win. They tried to bring Afro.
Okay.
They did not.
Okay.
Now, the what's it called? As long as we're having this conversation within the context of Nigerians and Nigerian music, yeah, I'm not putting him under that because it's just not fair to him.
Okay, so would you consider Chanel an Afrobeat song?
Do I consider Chanel an Afrobeat song?
Yeah.
I think it's a hip-hop track.
Dante, let's not play...
in the context
of course it's hip-hop. Of course it's hip-hop. Of course it's hip-hop. Of course it's hip-hop. Of course it's hip-hop.
I feel like you're forgetting what I just said.
Of course it's hip-hop.
Within the context of us, all the PR that was being run was Chanel hip-hop song achieved this. Chanel hip-hop song has not, no hip-hop song has done this, no hip-hop song, like what? It's an hip-hop record. If you're over there in the sticks and you're like, oh yeah, like that Afrobeat song, like it's going crazy. I'm like, okay, you know what, I get it. But like we're not laymen. Like
no, that's my point.
But that's why I said it's an incomplete conversation, because that's the angle that I also want people to acknowledge that exists.
And it's been acknowledged. It was acknowledged with what I'm saying. It has always been acknowledged however an artist wants to be described. And again, the tag Afrobeats does not negate what you describe yourself as. You can be hip hop. You are still hip hop with an Afrobeat, with an Afrobeat essence or with an Afrobeat takeover, especially when you see your music operating within that space. The crux of this conversation boils down to how we view Afrobeat. Some people view it as a particular sound, which in practice, it's not. In practice, it's not. Well, and I'll be on a keyword on practice. How we use and the tag and how we set up playlists, how we set up, how we curate lineup for events, how you curate. I'm just using other aspects of where an Afrobeats tag actually benefits an artist. It puts you in certain conversations that would in plus benefit you eventually, right? And I'm thinking of practical ways on playlisting, on being booked with a certain lineup of artists, right? There are net benefits to it. It is a momentum. It is a vehicle that it would feel like that when I say it's regressive, I say it's regressive because even in the context of Zay, he is leaving so much on the table with that, with the rejection of it. I'm not putting a gun to his head and saying he has to take it, right? But my point is, you're leaving an opportunity on the table. That it's clearly that the term has laid groundwork and decades on already that is there that you can benefit and run with. The Charlie Poppies, the Marvels, the artists that you see come to this space and shake shit up, they benefit. See Ashake, come in there with Amapiano and shake shit up. They are benefiting from the Afrobeats tag, right? From a context of Zay's trajectory. I just say it as a point of where he's missing on benefiting on the groundwork that has been done with that term. It's really simple to that. It's really simple to that.
You gotta
So
ask, like,
I think there are two things to. So sorry, I think there are two things to take out of this. There's the first part where yes, like Emmanuel said, maybe there are benefits to him. There are definitely benefits.
No, maybe.
If he chooses to engage with the name, there are benefits to him. But I think the second part, which I think is the most important thing to note here, ultimately, is that whether he chooses to acknowledge, accept, agree, whatever it is, his music is still going to function in that space regardless. And I think that the better conversation to have is understanding on, like, even on the fans part and on the artist part, that while something might not seem fair, we have come to see that life is really unfair in general, and deciding that you do not want to partake in something does not stop the thing that you create as art engaging in or participating in a thing that you do not want it to engage in. The perfect example is, like, you used to talk about, like, when painters and artists would sell their paintings to people, right? And a lot of time they couldn't sell them directly, so they would put them in galleries. You don't really determine who picks up your art, right? You don't get to say this person can buy my art or not, because once you've handed it over, you've handed it over. And there are occasions where, like, that can be arranged or you can get to do all of that, but the reality of things is that it's not what it is. So Tenske has made the music, he has put it into the world.
Yeah.
It's now up to the world to decide how they want to accept it. And if Tenske says from now to tomorrow he's not an Afrobeats artist, and the people that are receiving his music, maybe not the primary audience, but the secondary and the primary adjacent audience are receiving his music and as Afrobeats, there's nothing he can do about it. And as fans, there's nothing the fans can do about it.
All right.
It's the same way for years.
I've already taken up so much time.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
So
land
like,
because
because I wanted us to, like, just dwell with that, because that's really the reality of things.
I want
one question.
Sorry, Rookie needs to.
One question, please. Just one question.
Sorry, I think Rookie has had his hand up, and then we'll get to you, Mar. Just to keep this thing rolling.
Can
we have
I
other
just
topics.
analyze? It's gonna be short.
All right, sure, please.
Is the summary of my point is this.
Yeah.
The angles you presented, I see them.
What'd you say?
The angles you presented, right? Where you position,
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely see it. And I have also, like, acknowledged with nuance why that exists. But I think within the context of the Nigerian music space, like the immediate audience, there is a lot of benefits to noticing the difference between these people.
Yes.
And the categorization to the world and the categorization within ourselves has to be different. Because One Drag and Zay might be on the same wave, but Marvel is not necessarily even on that same wave.
Yes.
But I'm just gonna
if you zoom into anything further, there's always differences. Yes.
That zooming in is what I think we need to have more conversation. Then
Absolutely.
The education for the other side, whereby, like, when you're having conversation on what's Afrobeat or not, people are on the fact that, oh, we're talking about is about culture, is about group of people. We're not talking about sonics. That is when people will start seeing from your angle even more. But we don't have that education right now.
I mean,
that's why you're gonna have, like, moments like this.
Yeah.
Because your definition and their definition is not the same.
Yeah, no. I think that's what it boils down to.
The artists also didn't engage with your definition throughout their own grinding days. They made it. Again, the difference was that it started working. Then this new definition came to.
Yeah.
Like, the new definition was presented to them as new information.
Yeah, like
that's what I said.
Yeah.
And back to what I started with. This is what I started with. Life isn't fair in truth, but you need to also acknowledge the unfairness. That's why I fight against so many things. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, for sure. All right, good conversation. I have my guy Rookie that wants to add to the conversation real quick. I think Adair as well wants to come up, but we have a few speakers I want to chime in. So let's go, man. How you feeling, Rookie?
What's good, my people?
Yes, sir.
I think you guys are saying the same thing. You and Dad say, where two truths, like you guys are basically saying the same thing. Two truths exist where for the outside world, they need a tag for music coming out of a particular region. But internally, we know the specific genre and we call it that, or what the creator has attributed to that sound. Nigeria is not an America or South Africa, which is kind of closer to us, where they've had years of developing their industry with record sales and certifications and right societies and all these things. Even the whole genre discussion is even more skewed now with streaming. We don't need now it's even harder because of playlisting and all these things to give sounds that right the right genre, right? So you guys are saying the same thing,
right?
Even the Zaylevelten sound that we're saying is not Afrobeats, is borrowed from sounds from Afrobeats.
Yeah,
I think someone classifies as a sound.
It's tilting hip hop. It's tilting hip hop towards Afrobeats, if anything.
Exactly, kind of like an alternative, form of hip hop.
It is alternative, you're right.
Yeah, it is alternative too.
I think so. So what it is like the best example would be like, okay, Drake, for example. When he started, he was mostly like a backpack rapper. He was rapping, doing all of this. As he got successful, he began making pop songs. He was on the pop charts. Most people classify him as a pop star. And that's what I think essentially Emmanuel is trying to say, where once your sound has transversed to a particular level, you don't have the choice of genre anymore. What is popular, what the people target popular, that's what it's going to be called. And in Nigeria, since we don't have pop music and all of that, what we have is Afrobeats, is what they're going to call Zaylevelten's music. So those two truths can exist. Zaylevelten is hip hop, and it's still Afrobeats.
I think it was good, bro.
Good. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Yeah, so I really don't have much to say, but what I want to say is, I want to correct the notion that Afrobeat is largely beneficial to those who embrace the tag. It's not necessarily true. You could benefit from Afrobeat without having to outrightly claim to be an Afrobeat artist. That is actually the most beautiful thing about Afrobeat. And that is why someone like me would vehemently fight to protect the name of that tag and name of that movement. The people who are putting money in the system and the people who are the people in the pipeline who are funding the ecosystem, making it work, they particularly do not really care about what you call yourself, as long as you're making music from this part of the world and it has a bit of mileage. You can benefit from what Afrobeat has built. And before Afrobeat, the term Afrobeat became what we now know it to be, which started in around 2007, 6, 7, 8. Rappers have always opened the door. Idris Abdulkarim, Tony Tetsula, these are rappers, and they opened the door for the guys who sing to come sing and also blow up and everything. So it's for someone like Zaylevelten, he can enjoy. If he gets a big song tomorrow, he's going to get features from Afrobeat artists, and nobody will ask him questions. Nobody would try to define his sounds or whatever. He's going to get chance to tour abroad, and people will buy Afrobeat tickets who buys the show ticket because it's the new shiny thing out of Nigeria. So whatever I like to call his music is fine. I don't really know what I'll call it myself. But yeah, he's rapping and that's okay. And he has his audience. People enjoy it. And yeah, and will he define the mainstream? Ima said that. I smiled when I saw it. Ima said, it's a quote, if I can remember, he said, this is one of the guys that's going to define the future of the genre. He won. I'm sorry. That's not going to happen. At least not now. There's still a long way to go.
Of course, there's potential. There's clearly potential.
There is. He's going to ship the underground. I think the underground is working. And they can make money. He bought an EMG recently. Since that don't happen 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Probably if you're doing Yahoo. But it looks like he's getting enough from the music to be able to to do these things, right? So so that's the beauty of it all. And Afrobeat is funding all these things. Like people like to put it in silos, while you're on the ground, while do it doing our stuff in the east, we're doing our stuff in the south, and we're doing stuff in the north. The money is there because Afrobeat is popping, because some guys are making music the mainstream can connect to, and the mass audience can connect to. And I think that those we owe a lot of gratitude to those guys and to respect what they're doing. And everyone would be fine. The underground is fine because Afrobeat is thriving. Yeah. Zaylevelten can buy an AMG because Ifola and an Ashike exist. I hope everyone don't forget that. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, man. I think it would be a beautiful thing if he engages the space. Right? If you see his trajectory like get to a space where Anashake is probably calling him up to be on his own album, or for him to have a feature or collaboration with Ashake or Rema or any artist in the limelight that can really, really take it over for him. And I think
it's the music.
I think that I would love to see that for him in order to evolve that space.
It's
but
the music. There's a lot of barriers to scale.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that have to happen with, I'm not saying like with the audience now, with the music. I've listened to the music.
Yeah.
There's a big part of it that I do not understand. There's a part of it that I also do get, and I kind of like appreciate.
Yeah.
And we are in the award season. Nominations will start running out very soon. Probably we're going to see his name in a couple of these things because I appreciate what he's done for the year. And of course,
True.
And the thing with the mainstream is that mainstream is going to gravitate towards the person kind of dictating the pace.
Yeah.
In 10 years, I say 10 years, 10 months ago, nobody expected Wizkid and Davido to be getting there, to be like linking up with Marvel.
Yeah.
It happens. The mainstream is it's democratic, it's very flexible. If Zaylevelten is able to create a sound that the mass audience can enjoy, I think it's going to get Ashake's future and get songs and get probably a verse from Zlatan and something, and nobody will still give a damn if he calls himself Afrobeat or not. They'll just be like, we're on Gen Street and see, and they're going to show videos and it's going to be fine.
All right. We have more to cover tonight, okay? I'm trying to see where we attack it first. I was expecting by now we would have used this topic to buy us some time for TTC, but it's not here yet. So we will keep on moving, probably to new music, or did we want to, I guess, do our own recap of the 8 parts P Square open book that we just got to understand? I mean, obviously everybody got to see a different angle to everybody got to see a different angle to our cherished superstars over the years. I mean, most of us, if not everybody here, grew up on their music, had a certain affinity to those two brothers. These are 2 brothers, and we're fans. I think everyone in this space has to be considered fans of them.
You meant 3 brothers?
Yes, 3 brothers involved. Yes.
No, technically, there's only one brother who is P Square.
It's actually 4 brothers.
Yeah, man.
So guys.
Yeah. So we just okay.
I know her name Vincent Okoye.
You people are removing your sister.
We loved you, Okoye.
One of them said that they are P Square and they hired a singer and a dancer. So technically, it's only one brother.
Wait. But they have different birthdays, though.
You said I had a singer and dancer for you.
Yeah, singer and dancer.
Let's start from the beginning.
Anyway, yes, man.
Let's start from the beginning. So last week, our dear brother in the Lord, Mr. Peter, Mr. P. Okoye, told us a very fascinating story about how he was in the abroad, in the overseas with his children. And they were parlez-vous français, and it was sweetening his heart. And it was one of those things where he realized that, we need to be in a situation where, it just brought him joy to see.
Yeah, he was just proud of his kids.
In a different language. And he said something about the language. And I can't lie, I actually saw the tweet. And I did give it a bit of a side eye because, why are we doing this? But you know what? We move. But then, who needs enemies or from strangers or criticism from strangers when you have a brother like your brother in your household? And your twin brother, for that matter. So his twin brother did say, did do his own little music shade and talked about celebrating.
No, please, you're missing an important part. So please.
what was the? I need to
The
find the
important part all of this. So he's talking about how he's very proud of his children and their ability to speak French. So somebody else responds and is like, I hope as they're fluent like that in Bonjour les Merci, they can also speak their indigenous language of Igbo. And Peter is like, I beg good Niger and Igbo help. Sorry, it's not funny.
Another reason why I did give him the tweet a bit of a side eye. But I was very confused when his own twin brother came forward to say,
I am nothing without the identity of my indigenous language of Igbo.
Yeah, he did say a lot, and it was very interesting to hear that and read that. But to read that specifically from somebody that's just not just your brother, but your twin brother, and that in that moment kicked off a series of videos where our dear Mr. P. Peter Okoye came forward to come and tell us something that has been bothering him in his heart. He has been feeling very attacked and very overwhelmed by the way that he has been having to defend himself against his brother, and how he sometimes he doesn't used to say anything. All of a sudden, his brother have thrown shade at him, and so he decided that he would start from the beginning and give us an 8-part series where he talks about everything that brought us to this moment. One of the best parts of this series so far was getting to watch not just because at first I wasn't really paying attention, but then Zikoko did a very wonderful 8-part breakdown of all the different things that were going on in all the videos. And he started from the very beginning about their reunion and how in reality it wasn't really a reunion. But from what we've come to understand that there was a lot going on that a lot of us are not really privy to. In reality, what happened was, first of all, Mr. P, and actually to do us good service, I think it would only be fair to, if you go to the top of the Jumbotron, I have posted it. I have done my breakdown of who is who, because at some point there was a point where I didn't know who was who, because I know Peter, I know Paul.
Oh my God.
Mr.
Oh my God. Wait. Brother, I'm calling you out. I'm calling a lot of people out.
Calling me out.
And the idea that they could not tell who. Wait.
You want to do this?
No, I am disappointed, or at least I
am. Can I be honest with you? That is not important in the grand scheme of things. And
it is.
Tell me, I know Peter is low. I know Paul have dreads.
Oh my God.
After adding Rude Boy.
Mr. P and Rude Boy.
Wait.
Yeah, badly behaved. Stop it.
Wow.
No, Ima, I can't lie. I found that a lot of people
did not know Rude Boy
this way. No, a lot of people who felt this way.
I know who Peter is. I know who Paul is. I do not know who Rude Boy is. I do not know who Mr. P is. That is not my cup of tea. That is not my
a lot of people I found who were confused.
People were confused, and I was so appalled by that.
Saying, a lot of the people who were confused had one of two things. It was either like one, when they think of the what's it called of P Square, right? Just from jump, they didn't give a hoot who Peter was, who Paul was, all they shall know was P Square. And then on the other end,
y'all were not fans, man.
It's not me. I'm not. Hello.
You are the biggest fan, and we love you.
I am the. I am this. I am the.
You're the standing fan.
So not me. Okay. But then the second part was when they now started going by their individual artist names of Rude Boy and Mr. P. That's where a lot of people got lost.
Oh my God.
And Mr. P is Paul. That's not, anyway, all this to say.
Since Busybody, bro, they've been shouting Rude Boy. Anyway.
Please, it's okay.
It's okay.
I've given you people a breakdown. If you go to the Jumbotron,
this breakdown was so God.
That was my good friend. That was the understanding that I needed to know.
Oh my God!
Which one was
Mr. P dancer? Jude friend, Jude enemy. Okay.
Also, somebody corrected me and said that I was missing one more thing.
What thing?
Also, I will do another updated version of this. And they also have 2 different birthdays.
Wait, right now they have
Rude Boy's
2
birthday is
different birthdays.
November 18th. Mr. P's birthday is November 30th. Update.
So
Right.
they changed, one person changed their own birthday because say cannot share the same birthday as his
Perfect.
twin
It's
brother.
the fact that
Good.
People don't understand. People don't understand what P Square means to me. That's why.
Yeah, man.
Now let's get into the actual gist of the story. So in part 1, our dear Mr. P told us about how the entire reunion they had in 2021 was fake. He says he came back from the US and all of a sudden his twin brother was coming to say that he's coming to apologize and make amends and he wants them to reunite and they should come back together. And he
reunite
said
as P Square.
Yes, as P Square. And to which he said, "Thank you, my twin brother, for coming here to make amends. I choose to forgive and reunite with you as my brother. But P Square, I don't know about that. I will love you as my brother.
Yeah.
But as far as music goes, I want to focus on my solo career." To which our dear Rude Boy ended up having a party later and told them that is fuck Rude Boy, fuck Mr. P, bring back P Square. And there was a bunch of other things. I'm not going to see. This is not. If you
Of
want
course,
to
of course. This is not summary.
go watch the full video. Then later, they after he has done this thing publicly in part 2, we start to learn about all the things that are coming out of this reunion, where Mr. P says that okay, since all of this has happened, he would consider coming back together as P Square. And then they go and he's ready to sign the new contract for P Square, to which he now sees 35% for him, 35% for Paul, and 30% for their brother Jude. To which he now said, this is not making any sense.
This is too much.
That is weird. He wants to do 40 for himself, 40 for Paul, and 20 for Jude. To which Jude starts arguing. They start getting angry, blah, blah, blah. They now say, okay, we will do 50-50. And they'll figure out where all their money is going. And that is when they start to get to a point where he starts clocking that some things are not adding up. There are multiple business names. There are there's money that is coming out of different accounts, blah, 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 blah. And then he starts to realize that fateful day when he came back from America and his brother came to apologize to him, his brother was actually coming to him because he had gotten into a fight
with Jude. Yeah.
And Jude had taken money and he was going to come and confess to Peter everything that Jude had done. And so they have, at this point, decided to, be partners and get back together. And all of a sudden, he starts asking more questions. He's asking Paul questions. He's asking Jude questions. And they're doing a lot of, evasiveness. The royalties are not adding up. And we're seeing $1.2 million here, something here. Everything is going left, right, and center. And then EFCC gets involved. And so Jude gets arrested. For those who were on the internet then, you will remember how Paul came on here and told everybody that, his brother was suing him, called the FCC on him. But in reality, it was on Jude. Nobody was doing anything to Paul. But anyway, there are now multiple companies. There's Northside Music, there's Northside Inc., there's Northside Entertainment. At this point, we also need
man.
We'll need breakdown of which one is which and which one is that. And so in all of this, they were still arguing. One of the arguments was not just about their royalties. The conversation now shifted to housing and property. Peter got the house in America, and Jude and Paul shared the house in Nigeria, to which when it became time, they now realized that obviously, as with all things in Nigeria, it used to go down, which meant property value was going down, but property value in America was going up. And then Jude now went around their back to try and get Peter to sign the house over to his wife so they could sell the house.
All right.
And there was a lot going on there. That was when it started getting physical. Paul hits Peter. Jude tells Peter that he should bring his coffin with him. They're threatening lives. Things are coming up. Everything is going left, right, and center. And that is when we find out that our dear friend, no, not friend, he might be, some people might be on his side, but that's when we find out that Jude really have been stealing from them from the beginning. And Jude's argument in all of this is that he did introduce the brothers to each other. He did form a group called P Square.
Thank you. I was like, please correct your statement.
He hired one person
as a singer,
dancer, and one person as singer.
Yes.
Crazy because he said all of this, and this was also what he presented in court. He said all of this. He's the one that decide what happened on the album, all of that. The problem with all of this is that the date is saying is not making sense, considering P Square have been doing things as a group since 1997. He's talking about 2003. All of these different things are not happening. Then anyway, we now reach the point where we have to find justice for Madrina, our sister in
Cynthia Morgan.
In reggae, not reggae. Why am I saying? God, please, no.
Sister in reggae?
Sister in dancehall. Yes, dancehall music. The artist formerly known as Cynthia Morgan. She have come on this internet multiple times and complained about Jude and Juice have steal from her. And Peter, after all his investigation and all his digging, have suddenly see that, I think I know where your money went to. So he do find out that one of these Northside companies, because how many Northside can you register a company? That's crazy.
There's three now.
You shall find out that but my own is that all of them you can't move. Anyway, you shall find out that one of the Northside is owned 80% by Jude's wife and 20% by Jude, which. That's crazy. You know when they say money laundering is real, money laundering is really real. Anyway, because the people in America have gotten arrested for less. But anyway, all this to say that it now came out that what really happened was they were siphoning royalties and money to this other North side, and they were meant to share the money, and Paul ended up not getting his portion. And
so that's shell companies.
Yes, essentially. But that essentially is now what led Paul to come that fateful day in 2021 to ask for them to reunite. Anyway, EFCC is now in the picture. Everybody is on all of that. And then he concludes it by taking us into the family side of things, about how everybody kept talking about how their mother is a pastor and their mother should be the one to reunite this brotherhood, and is his wife that is the reason that they are fighting, and they marry Yoruba wife and marry both this one and all of this. Anyway, all this to say that the problem was they just never really liked his wife, and that she initially was the one that was getting them a lot of deals and a lot of everything. And when she got pregnant, that Jude and Paul stopped car after a award show on Third Mainland Bridge to tell him that she have to abort the baby. And they face so many trial and tribulation as husband and wife. Even before they reach husband and wife, they faced a lot of trial and tribulation. But that before their mother died, that she and Mrs. Lola Okoye became very good friends. And there's a lot of talk about respect and a lot of different things. And he talked about, if anything, Lola is older than Jude, so you should respect her. And there was a lot, but all I want to say is that Lola Okoye is a strong woman because her trials and tribulations never see this one. She went through a lot of things. All this to say that in all of this, he have gone through a lot and he have stood by and he have taken all of this and he have now decided that ultimately he can forgive, but restitution have to be made. He really do love his twin brother Paul, and nothing can break that. But justice has to be shared. And he has left us by saying he have seen what Jude Okoye have posted, that she's a liar. And then Paul came here and said his mother is not alive to fight for herself. So he have to fight for her or something. Anyway, all this to say there's a lot of drama going on in Okoye land. Yeah. And the best way to support our dear friend, Mr. Peter,
is to buy Zip Republic.
Is to go and stream his news, his song.
Dance so I can't look away.
Do dance step so I can't look away. And also one of the craziest things that he said that I personally thought was hilarious was he said that everybody kept talking about how he's the dancer, his brother is the singer, and brother did 99% of the work, and blah blah blah. So if you own 99% of the work, then maybe you should be doing what this girl was doing now, and that's not. I just thought that was cool. Anyway, what was he adjusted his cap, he shouted, what was it?
Big brother my ass.
Big brother my ass.
You did say a lot of stuff. All this to say, this is the story of Mr. P. Okoye. I am of the opinion that it is unfortunate that all of this have happened to some beautiful brothers like that have changed the entire society and everything. But ultimately, I wish the best for them. I hope they win. I hope, but also like for those that were saying, oh, can't he just ignore, he should ignore. I just want to tell you people that when they steal $1 million from you too, I hope you too
ignore.
I hope you ignore as well. I wish him all the best. Shout out to him and his family.
All right, man. Okay, so I guess the summary. Shout out to Belema, of course, for summarizing, I guess, the 8-part scenario that P Square, or at least Mr. P, has come forward to share with us. The whole situation is sad, but I'm trying to think about the best angle at which we can approach the conversation, because obviously this is a conversation about family. This is a conversation about music business. This is a conversation about like just overall loyalty and trust. Legacy, of course. Yeah, man, it's a big one. But what does this? What are the teachable moments here? Is what I want us to be able to extract from it. Like, does he say something about family, mixing family and business? Does that then give you a red flag towards mixing those two things, especially at this scale?
I would say that it's very interesting because even family, people that are not family can still do this to you. I think what it says specifically about family in reality is that while even stranger can do this to you, because wasn't even Rihanna's accountant from her too. So stranger can do it to you. The reality of things is the repercussions and the effects that it has altogether, right? Mm-hmm. So if a stranger did this to P Square, right, it would be as simple as just taking it to court and cussing out each other and doing all of that. But because it is family, it is impossible for you to react normally when your own brother is the one telling you that.
It just heightens everything up.
Telling you that it will kill you.
Yeah, it just heightens everything up. Yeah. I keep forgetting the fact that there was like live threat, like there was life threats, there was threats at killing each other again. Like this matter went that far, especially the situation with Peter's wife. Like everyone now is, I think the whole like fan base or the entire Nigeria or world in general has probably made their conclusion as picked their sides. Did anyone get to see Jude's side of the story that he tried to balance the scale? Did anyone? Because he dropped a video in the middle of the piece.
Shout out to him and his video. I don't know.
Come on, people don't look away from that video.
they looked away.
They can definitely.
Yeah, they definitely looked away.
To be genuinely honest, I don't even know what he did in the video, and this is not even a joke.
But I think some of the Jude videos are also old.
Yeah, there was
what's it called? Congratulations on your something. As if he's acting film or something. He said, like on this new. I was just like, bro, what are you talking about?
I know we're still going to get Peter's response to Jude's video. I think that's something that's still going to happen. But again, another thing of this entire scenario that what came out of it is looking back at their height of their prime or their at peak of their moment. Were there scenarios where people, because yes, Jude right now, he looks like the villain of the story, he looks like the bad guy, but are there instances where he deserves a bit more quote unquote sympathy? I know that I'm trying to yeah, but are there instances that he deserves maybe some correction to some things, like especially when it came to his influence or his impact on both of them? As far as say their visuals and their brand goes.
When is the one time he deserves?
Yeah, Taj, what would you say? What would you say the one thing?
There's only one thing that.
What would you say the one thing?
A pass on, and that's just being a manager. Like, I think if there's any iota of like, okay,
He was competent as a manager.
When I say like to a good extent,
manager already still.
Yeah, like he just like
apart from
exactly.
Apart from this thing.
It's not the fact that
They don't know apart from.
Chill. Taj is speaking as a manager too. Obviously, he's
I understand what Taj is saying.
Yeah, the only sympathy I have for him is that he did.
You can say apart from.
We can get him.
Yeah, we can hear you. We're trying not to interrupt each other, please. Let's Taj speaking.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So I was saying like the only sympathy and it's literally not even relevant because he still stole, and I feel like that ultimately trumps everything. But he had a job and he did his job. Finished. Like that's just it. Like he had a job.
Yeah.
There's no way he didn't do well to a small percentage for P Square to be what they are to an extent. Even though there were obvious signs of taking credit for work that he probably didn't do, like him being on those fucking videos when we were like, bro, nigga, you're not shooting any goddamn video. Like, do you understand? Like, so, but to an extent, like, I mean, there's stories about how like you can tell that as like a street smart nigga.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard he's a shrewd businessman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That. This story is pretty damning. It's pretty damning, and I don't think. Before you even get into the aspect of stealing and just like the money aspect and the legal aspect and courts, I think the fundamental issue is just Lola. And I think it starts from there. It starts from her and bleeds into like family dynamics. And I feel like, sorry?
When you say it starts from her, like
tribalismo.
The fundamental issue is they didn't want
tribalismo.
And from the moment he was stubborn about her, they chose him to be the outcast, and they dealt with him accordingly. Do you get? Like people, in fact, like there's people in this story that could be victims of that. Like the mom could be a victim of that. They might have, who knows what they spewed to her about Lola because she was there with them day to day, right? I'm sure the mom wasn't there every day. Only God knows how they spun that story to that woman didn't support the girl. Or that woman too could have possibly just been a typical mom from that age that just doesn't believe in tribal marriages, right?
Plus cross-age marriage because she's significant.
Because she's older.
There's also the age factor, right?
Yeah.
But it could also be that she could also just be a victim who was spewed certain things. Because sometimes people, they don't know, like she's not there every day. Is what the brother will come and tell her that she's who might eat.
Okay.
But we don't know, right? But I think fundamentally, the beginning of everything starts with her. And I feel like from there, because he chose her, he chose his side and they dealt with him accordingly, right? It's very unfortunate that the twin brother, I don't know how he's just in this situation this badly. It's mind blowing to me how your own twin brother just can't see your own perspective, like how, like, do you get, like,
Yeah.
I just feel like, and then he almost feels like he was brainwashed as well.
Yeah,
From the whole Llona situation, he probably spilled into, oh, this guy's choosing the opposing side against us.
Real quick, just before we enter the post part of it, I wanted to also bring back another thing that you kind of even hinted at it just now, like when it came to maybe Jude overstating some of his contributions in some things as a music director, for instance. Apparently a lot of the collaborations that we were having was with Clarence Peters, but Jude will get some credit. I remember seeing a Terms and Conditions episode with Clarence Peter talking about what Jude actually taught him.
Yeah.
And how to edit certain videos and certain chops on his cuts to be able to land with a Nigerian mainstream market. So yes, I feel like even on the video aspect too, there's things that Jude probably, like, again, behind the scenes, we don't know the full picture. And Peter, of course, he's gonna have his angle, right, based on what he has presented to us. And the broader scheme of things, of course, there's a lot that he presented with that would make the story, like, in his perspective. And I think that's why it's so glaring, like, with all the evidence he has done and put forward, it's so glaring why things stand with him for right now as the tensions are currently. But in some aspects of, like, okay, maybe he can still embellish some of the stories to, like, to downplay some of the efforts that Jude might have even had again on that. So that was another clip where I was so confused. I was like, I want to be all on board with Peter too, you know. But in some instances, it's like, okay, maybe we're missing the market. With the Clarence Peter interview, kind of like threw a wrench in that for me. It's like, okay, he actually had a director's view. Like he's impacting someone as brilliant as Clarence Peter. Like,
let me tell you, see, in this business, don't worry. There's a lot of people that do that. There's a lot of people that the work they do here is to advise, right? And the truth is that obviously he has eyes.
Yeah.
He's in an industry. He listens. He watches. He has friends. He has family. He has talked to people.
Yeah.
You can make informed decisions, right? Mm-hmm. Which is great. But I'm sorry, like, maybe because I just, like, I know middlemen in Nigeria, they choke die. Do you understand? Like, it's one of the most like, till you get into the mode of it, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, a video director is one thing. Like, it's more like, trust me, Emmanuel, if I take to a set, you can advise certain things. And I'm not trying to downplay it.
Right.
Consistently over the career of those guys.
Yeah.
Right. But which is why I said, I guess, to an extent, competently, he was a manager. He oversaw one of the greatest pop stars of our generation, and the generation before. So, to an extent, he did not do that by he did not sleep in his house and wake up one morning.
He wasn't incompetent.
Yeah.
But that's just part of being a competent manager. Bro, I can go to a set and tell them what works for my artist. We talk every day now.
Yeah.
We know now. When you have a money manager artist, you guys discuss every day about music, about your audience, about your fans, about how you want to sell this. It's your daily routine.
Yeah.
It's harder to not do that than to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Sorry, Fusi. Please fix your audio, bro. It's more of the background than anything else. But okay, yeah. So we do have
to something you were saying.
Yeah.
I think that definitely. I know everybody's is literally mostly on Peter's side right now.
Yeah.
But I also think it's also a scenario where they downplayed his work. So he might probably be doing the same to us.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, if you're trying to minimize
to minimize my effort, then I'm going to minimize yours. Yes,
I will definitely do the
Bro,
same.
they said they hired him as a dancer. I don't think
that part was crazy.
Someone said that. I thought it's about that, and I didn't think it was real. Was that actually said?
No, he posted
Peter reviewed
there was
it.
a document, no?
There was a letter, It was a lawsuit. It was a lawsuit.
And in the letter, he says he created P Square and he hired Paul as a singer-songwriter and he hired Peter as a dancer.
Yeah, he did that. Okay, everybody, let's fix our audio. Please.
Because when you think about it, he wasn't even their first manager.
Yeah, he was not. He was not their first manager.
I don't think he was their second apparently.
He was their third, guys. That was
he was their third manager.
Like people don't add in this. The elder brother now did his own expose.
Yeah. Yeah, the other brother was too.
This is too much.
Wait, there's another brother after.
No, there's Henry.
Henry came to come and do his own expose, yeah.
And he was the first financier. Henry was the first financier of
there's 8 of them, 8 kids.
There's 8 of them actually. Six guys, 2 girls.
6 boys, 2 girls.
Yeah.
Where
and they talked about.
Thank you very much for that question.
I think one of them spoke out. It's very briefly.
I believe Lillian is like part of them.
Yeah.
2 of them have spoken out. Also, they talked about what happened with their sister as well, and all the siblings that have spoken out.
Bro, it's so sad, man.
That Jude is always be.
Yeah, he has a reputation.
I think it's very.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He's not.
He's like
boy.
No, he's not. He's not.
They said there's Henry. That's older.
Henry is older. Christian is older.
Yeah.
Wait,
all of them.
Where did he just all of a sudden get this hold on them from?
So Henry mentioned it. At the time that I think he wasn't supposed to be the one to take the responsibility of being their manager. He kind of pushed for it, and the family had deliberations trying to some people were knowing Jude, I don't think he's the best person. People actually do so it took a while before the mother was now okay with it. Or I think the mother now said, okay, he can actually do it, because Jude coming out of school, Jude needed a job, something up to, and he saw P Square as the opportunity to probably take it on. So that was the issue there, and he ended up getting to him.
Also, I think this is where I have a bit of a problem with the premise that, obviously there's multiple sides to the story. Everybody knows that. But there's this agenda of picking sides. And I always find it so fascinating, because if somebody has come out with their own mouth, you saw, me and you saw when P Square were doing Michael Jackson. If somebody can come out and confidently tell you people that he's the one that introduced them to each other, as they formed a group, that me and you were both there when we were seeing the group.
Yeah, he lost it.
You have to start questioning everything that person says.
Yeah, he lost it there.
Because if you can lie about something that is so obvious, then we have a bigger problem. So I when somebody says there are 2 sides to take, what is the second side?
All right. No, okay. No, because
I think no sides can be taken once there's theft.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, there's no 2 sides to any story anymore.
All right. So we'll keep the mic moving. I know there's a lot of speakers that want to chime in. Because I wanted to pose some questions, and gladly you guys have answered most of them. But I guess whichever perspective you guys want to approach this, Rookie will go first, and then we'll have Pepe, and then I'll have 9V after that. But Rookie, if you can keep it very, very minimal to your perspective or your outlook of the situation, let us know. How are you feeling, Rookie?
Yeah, it's a very crazy situation. I think for me, I don't believe everything that Peter has said, because like everyone has mentioned, or a few people have mentioned up here, he's obviously going to embellish some of the facts, and he has his own biases. But even in the midst of lies, there's still some truths.
Yeah.
And especially in this situation where he's presented a lot of evidence and this and that. And then we can also see from the way certain parties try to change the narrative just immediately, that there might be some truth in this as well. Because when when money is involved, the true personalities of people will come out. And it's crazy because I know for a fact there's one Egbon who's probably doing worse than this dude guy somewhere, just tackling up his own pee, like, yeah, man, let me just fix up for the deal that catch me too. So it's really sad to see that, artists that have built such a legacy, they're just coming out and just going outside like this is really terrible.
Yeah, man. Especially when you know that they very well could still be eating good right now. Like, with the catalog they have, like with the momentum that they could have had. Like, anyway, it is what it is. I know Pepe, you wanted to chime in as well.
Yes, I did. Thank you so much for this opportunity to speak. The first thing I want to say,
every
see, guys,
that I die.
I'm just saying now.
To say that earlier, you said Vincent Okoye, and I didn't realize you were talking about.
That's talking about video. How does he even get into the story? By the way, I'm confused.
Don't worry, this is why I'm here. So, guys, when it comes to this P-Square thing, even though I didn't watch parts 1 to 8 because love Peter, but I'm not doing that. See, there are 2 people in my life. I know I call everybody goods, my goods, but there were truly 2 artists or people in my life that I was, like, if my earliest memories of music include them. P-Square is one of them, and Wande Cool is the other one. I, as a kid, actually thought I was going to grow up and marry Peter. Like, that was how in love with Peter and P-Square I was.
But yes, so Mr. P and Rude Boy still confused you.
Yes, the first thing I wanted to give myself accolades. The first thing I want to give my accolades for is that even as a youngin, I clearly chose the better twin. Now, as an adult, I'm kidding. I'm just jokes. Just kidding.
My God, you're not kidding. I beg you. I'm very.
I'm crying.
Even if it's a good twin, why is he making stupid?
But yeah, in all of this, like the biggest thing, like one of the few things, because we're talking about like the different ways you want to approach this conversation. I am very sad that the thing that is really bringing this conversation on the artists that they are and the legacy that they have is this, messy rift between all 3 of them, right? Mm-hmm. Like, would we be having this legacy conversation about P-Square at this time if this whole part 1 to 8 scenario hadn't happened, right? Yeah. So on the one hand, I'm like, yeah, I'm glad that everyone is actually coming to the realization, well, not realization, but all the things that, like, again, if you were there, you were there. So like, you had to be there to really understand the impact of what a P-Square was like on our generation, on growing up and how it shaped music and all of those things. And if there were anybody who didn't live it, well, at least they get to now go back and like revisit their work or at least kind of get a glimpse into what that was like what that electricity was like. I'm also sad at the idea that, like you said, like P-Square, like Peter and Paul are both old, like young enough that they really could still be touring as legacy artists. Like if Flavor can still be on stage whining waist, I'm sure there's somewhere in the world where Peter and P-Square can go and perform. It would be good. Like even when they had their brief reunion, like I think they did a couple cities before everything has scattered again. But like that's missed opportunity or missed bag for them. But then the ultimate thing that we all learned from all of this is that family, friend, stranger, the heart of man is desperately wicked. So move accordingly. Doesn't matter how close you guys are, your friends, your family, your what's it called? Like, I know, like, not to be biblical or whatever, but the Bible did not say the love of money is the root of all evil for no reason. So please, in all your dealings and all your doings, especially when it pertains to music and money and family and friends and employing, having people be employed or working with you and all that stuff, it's like, even with all those close, amazing relationships you might have with these people, always, strive to like protect yourself.
Yeah.
Always try to protect yourself and protect your investments and all the things that pertains to you, because clearly a stranger will do it to you. Family too will also do it to you. Like, so just be prepared for anything. And the reason why this was like very, what's it called? And the reason why I brought up the elder brother is because the elder brother in his expose actually says that part of the arrangements, even early days before, Jude got into when Jude got into the picture, because he said like he was helping to do everything from bouncer work to manager work to take them to their what's it called, their performances, or even when they won that one big
talent show
competition. Yeah, the talent show. Like he was the one who drove them there. So he was like, at the time when Jude takes over management of the two, he said like they actually had a verbal agreement that he would be receiving 20%. He never said 20%. And when he tried to bring it up to I think he tried to bring it up with Paul. Paul told him that, that's a conversation he needed to have with Jude. And he goes on to have that conversation with Jude, and Jude is like, 20% for what? Like, what do you want 20% for? And he's like, well, but you weren't there in the beginning when I was, helping to put out money to make sure they got to their shows and competitions and all the things that they did in the early days, right? So again, it's like, and the reason, I'm not to be like, be on Peter's side, not be on Peter's side, but like, I'm aware there's smoke, there's fire, man. Like, Peter has said what he said, and to the best of his ability, he has tendered, evidence to support his claims. The other brother too has also come out to say what he said. Then they had another brother who used to dance for them, but didn't dance for them again after a while, and somehow that is now tied back to Jude. So it's like, okay, is everybody lying, or is there some truth to this idea? And then you have Cynthia Morgan, who has her own story.
Yeah.
So it's like there is smoke and fire somewhere. And in terms of VDM, this is how VDM
please help
whole
me.
story. So sometime last year, Cynthia Morgan had put out like a video speaking to the fact that like she couldn't use her name, and
we covered that story.
Right. So she did all of that, right? Then what happened that same last year is that VDM somehow took it upon himself to he said he saw Jude, out in the wild in Lagos. And he had a conversation with him, and is like, yo, like this person is saying this about you. If this is true, give her money and whatever. So he says, he now posts like what seems to be like a screenshot. So Jude tells him that like all of these things are lies, and then provides him with what looks like an Excel sheet of, okay, first and foremost, I didn't keep her away from using the name Cynthia Morgan and her using the name Madrina. Supposedly she chose to start using Madrina a long time ago. Then he also shows him this Excel sheet to see, this is the royalties I have collected from her music. And I think altogether, since whenever this was up until 2025, all of the money comes together to be like $2,000 and something, right? So he's pretty much trying to insinuate
it wasn't
like,
a whole lot.
Her music is not even making that much money anyway. For a substantial amount of money to be collected, he's not really owing her much of anything. So VDM posts and publishes everything he says Jude tells him. That moment passes. Now, Peter has done his own expose and has also said that he spoke to Cynthia Morgan about, hey, I think this is where your money has gone. VDM, as the champion for Jude last year, attempts to come back to talk about the whole scenario. And Nigerians, for the first time, are like, we're not having it, bro. Like, sit this one out. Like, just sit this one out. But then he's VDM. So now it's a combative thing going back and forth. And people are just kind of like, you already did this thing where you backed up what is the seeming enemy before last year.
Right.
Now you want to come out again and possibly, run to his defense yet again. And then I think in one of the videos, he also was like feeling as though Peter as well tried to reach out to him on the scenario on like trying to, I guess, either talk to him about the whole situation. So he posts screenshots of said conversation. But then I don't know if the guy is not that bright because the screenshots were messages from 2025. So I was like, how can he be wanting to tell you a thing that he did this year, but you're posting screenshots of 2025? Like, did you look at the dates that you posted? And it's a whole thing. So it's pretty much just people being like, VDM, you like to insert yourself in things. Don't insert yourself in this one. You tried this last year, and Cynthia Morgan's situation kind of came and it went, and nobody really it didn't really shake up much.
Right.
And now Peter is having his moments in the sun explaining the situation, and now you want to come to Jude's defense, brother. Sit it out. That's how he enters.
But that's the premise of VDM, right? That's what he does though. Like,
that's what he does. That's why I'm like, he do usually insert himself in things anyway. So like, why people telling him to sit it out? He's the monster you created. He do usually insert himself.
Anyway, no, real quick, I guess that helps with the VDM part of it. But yeah, I think it's very fascinating, the elder brother's perspective on this whole thing, like, and what he introduced just to validate a lot of things that Peter said about.
Yeah, I was gonna say another thing that was introduced was the story about their sister as well, because I guess their sister was meant to be getting, I think, like some stuff, like either from both Peter and Paul or just Paul or something, but essentially it was Jude that told them not to pay her or give her, like, I think it was a car business or something, and take everything away from her or something. And I think it's just very fascinating how much like power he has to then say he can collect 30-something%, but he cannot pay their brother that was doing all of that work for them. So I thought that was interesting.
Ginger and Slickback have been patient too, but anyway, Ginger, express your thumbs down, because I know it's you've probably heard things that you're not on the same page with.
Never allow me speak now. No, anyways, we people are dancing and tap dancing around a lot of shit. And then most people are also saying stuff like, oh, this is manipulated. This person will get criminal tendency, they know they manipulate them. No need. You get blood. Paul already has it. Paul is not being manipulated. Just know that one first.
So he's a smooth criminal, is what you're saying.
He's a fucking, don't worry, that nigga,
Person was almost collect 90 million. Come report to his brother, come say they don't give him 90 million. Don't be criminal.
Exactly. The person way, because he collect higher. You know exactly what he was doing, because he's collecting higher than his brother. He's okay with what the other brother was doing to the other brother. He was
brainwashing my G.
No, he's not brainwashing.
Okay, it's different from brainwashing.
I'll have 100 million. I'll give Emmanuel 30. I'll give Emmanuel like.
Then when they come and hold you now say that
20. I'll give myself like maybe 40. I'll now give the rest to Pepe. Pepe will now, then one day I'll now come and say, you know what, actually, I want to collect 60. And I'll give Emmanuel maybe 20. You now come and say, what happened to
Wait, why am I getting 20 in this? Anyway.
Don't worry about this, Emmanuel.
Then when they come and hold me and Belema shirts, I'll now come and say Belema is the one
brainwashing. I'm crying.
Like Paul,
instead of brainwashing me to collecting more money, man. They brainwashing me into more money.
They shot like Portable. They rip me. They brainwash me, guys, please.
You people should let me speak, Thank you.
Sorry.
Let me just say what it is. The truth is, they didn't like the idea that Peter got in with the person that they felt like is bigger than what they saw. Sort of. That's one. Two.
Secondly, thumbs down too.
Secondly, it's not you that.
Wait. No.
Anyways, And secondly, I think that the idea that Jude has already been positioning Paul as the guy. Obviously, Paul is writing some of the hits as well, performing some of the hits as well, and the pole position. So it was easier to put him as the guy who runs the group itself. So he now feels, okay, if I'm telling you that you're the guy, it's easy for me to tell you that I can give you this one and pay your brother less, and it won't matter to you to say your twin has to get the same thing as you. This is not what we agreed. You won't argue it because it's easier to have that idea already sold in your head. So it's easily planted already. Plus, he already has the attitude in him. Rude boy is a rude boy for a reason. That's why it's called rude boy. Just go and figure out their attitude normally. I don't have to say certain things. He's that way. So it's easier for him to do those things. Then Jude already being Jude, who's a shrewd businessman, who is very smart and a master in, how will I put it now? I don't want to even use because that manipulation word has been overused. Trying to see the word to use, like, I don't know how to put it. Something higher up in criminal intelligence, like that nigga is. Because, no, honestly, he's smart.
Right.
He knew.
Sinister, yeah.
He's sinister, exactly. He's sinister. He knew every. So somebody saying, "Oh, how is it possible that he was able to steal?" The brother didn't know. I say it's simple. You're the one that controls the back end. You're the one that knows every aggregator that pays the brothers every goddamn penny. You're the one that disburses every goddamn penny to them. You be CFO, you be manager, you be you are running the entire label. Like now you be label.
Yeah.
In short, don't put it that way. Like it's like you're running a label entirely and not just managing.
Yeah.
Because they do everything. Yeah, you get. So he's disbursing money to them. He sees their back end. He controls their back end. He has everything. So all the aggregators, Spinlet to iRockkingo.com, or all the people in that era that were still paying bread. That's what Peter will say. You people don't know. You people think Peter is P Square is small. When he was talking about the money they were making, people were shocked. Like, bro, you're mentioning this amount, and
yeah.
was small, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were making bread. So they were making serious bread, and he saw it. I mean, you be greedy. You like nobody will be looking at those bread and be thinking, nigga, I can sideline this guy. This one, he's good because he already married into a rich home. No need. It's easy to sideline him.
Yeah.
He won't be bothered. Yeah. We can be doing this and he won't notice as much because he's not significant for him to notice as much.
Yeah.
So we can be doing that to him and he won't know. Plus, it's easier for me to still convince the aggregators to pay into this other registered company that has similar name to this initially registered company that has us as directors, and still tell them that it is still us that owns it. We only just, maybe branched out another LLC. People who live in America know what I'm talking about. You can do all these LLCs and still have this, and just tell them, oh, you're still the owner of this LLC or yada, yada, yada. You get. Yeah. They'll just be paying into it. They won't bother asking because it's not like you're not dealing with like maybe major guys like in America. You're not dealing with Sony Publishing or whatever, or all of these guys who might still probably do a lot of due diligence and all that. Because it was during the fact that they were trying to sell the catalogs or people were trying to buy the catalogs. That's when those people who were doing the due diligence still found out that how can your back end be this bad? Like, no, somebody has been collecting stuff, but it's not giving you the right figures. Do you understand? Yeah. So now, anybody who's trying to say, oh, you cannot, you're going to listen to the story, Kiniko, no, bro. Even the VDM was hired to poke holes in the story so that they would dissuade from the OP. It's obvious as hell. He was doing that to his brother. There was no two way about it that, he wasn't robbing Peter blind. He was robbing Peter blind fully. And his his twin brother Paul was in on it from the start, like from the genesis. It wasn't like he was in on it later on. No, he was in on it from the start. And the person who Jude eternally hates is the person who actually sort of, how I put it, is the person who gave them their first ever major break, like gig.
Yeah.
She's the one.
Yeah.
That's the lady. The person who sort of showed you people the light, the person who gave you people the light, the person who you people used to go and kneel down for and say, thank you, ma.
Yeah, she was booking them.
Booking them for shows. Like,
booking them a lot.
Big.
Yeah.
Even the person I hate, she was the marketing exec for the whole for the tour, everything, the show, the event. She has been big. Like, it's just like this woman that is married to Daria Atalade. What's her name? I used to forget her name. I worked with her once. That woman, the woman that Daria Atalade is married to, that runs their company.
Yeah.
That woman, go ask anybody that is
right?
Exactly, very much. 8 years. And that woman is the one who's like the people that you people notice in Darius' life that moved from artist to MC to now playing government gigs in Abuja, them living in Abuja for like almost 6 or 8 years, running all the presidential gigs, all the presidential whatever. It's that woman you're seeing. Now she's the like Dare, like the Dare that you guys know now is that woman. So I'm saying it's the same thing with Lola. Like Lola has all the connects and everything. Apart from her father being a wealthy man, she has the connects at those times, like that in that era.
Yeah.
So like all of these people, like it's funny to me that we're tiptoeing around it. And I won't lie, the honest truth. 1, age, 2, tribalism is obvious as fuck. Let's not even try to form kiniko factos. I'm not playing this thing. That's what ensued in all of this. And Jude being the masterminder of all of this. Jude is the masterminder itself. Because if you're looking at it again, Cynthia Morgan is an artist. Maybe also has his own stories of what Jude did that he didn't let Paul and Peter know. And the mistake he made was letting Jude know that, he got a deal offered to him by Akon and all of those. Then Jude was presenting him with a far lesser deal and whatnot. It's just, don't worry. People will know Jude threatened a lot of people. There's Dotsun's tweet to show. Go and look at Dotsun's tweet. He threatened him when he spoke up in 2020. They threatened, like now DJ Big and even solved the matter for Dotsun. Jude has leverage and stuff. So don't try to say Kinika. No, Jude, forget. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you, Jude. I was about to say thank you, Jude. Thank you, Gingerbread, for that.
Thank you, Jude.
But thank you, Jude.
Bro, the name Jude serve has taken a beating, man. Anyway, all the Judes out there, shout out to them. Jude Abaga, Jude Bellingham. I don't know, man. But yes, we have some speakers still yet to go. I know we still have a bit of time. We have new music to dive into. We have TTC as well to dive into. So we'll start rounding up on our perspectives on this one. But slick back real quick and then we'll close with 9V. What's up, man?
Yeah, hi guys.
We're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I just wanted to focus on like the music business part of it. And if people as big as P Square could get whipped, then good luck to the artists in the early 2000s to now. Like all these people that were Kenny's music, well, there's that.
The Kenny's music stories.
My dear, I actually tweeted that this week. I said the day that somebody will come up here and decide to open that kind of worms.
So like it just the way they did business back then, it was just abysmal. Like the way they did business back then, it's because even if you hear like how he was, because I'm an accountant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you hear how he was describing how they were sharing the money, like he said that they shared the money by withdrawals. say, oh, if one person withdraw 100, one person. That's not how to share money. That's like, I was just like, why you?
If one person withdraw 100, okay, 2 other people have to withdraw 100.
Think back. In that era, that's how they were actually sharing money. If not just them, other people too. They were even doing deals by shake hands. Like, let's shake hands. Me and Imad go shake hands now, agree on a deal. That's
So
how they used to do.
ridiculous, man.
See, it's like,
Yeah.
if people are running, people are, hi, buddy, do you know a company? Like, do you know a company that makes $3 million in 6 months? Do you know what that is? Do you know the kind of? Do you know that is
Crazy, bro.
Crazy.
that is a Forbes under 30 worldwide. That's literally what they were. And people are running it as if you are running a market day something. Please see. I was disappointed, man. Like, I'm still disappointed.
Yeah.
I feel like the key takeaway in all these things is because I see these things in not just musicians, like in entertainers and creatives. They just leave the business manager to handle every single thing. Like, they don't care. Like, there's this guy, this Malcolm in the Middle actor. He was speaking about how he never knew his business manager was stealing from him, and the only way he found out was, imagine, the business manager was stealing from him and was sending him financials every single month, but he never read it until his babe took the financials and asked him, how are you spending this amount of money on research and development? And he said, which research and development am I doing? That's when he found out that he was actually, like, creatives, they don't think that the business side of
You
it.
didn't mention the garage door. That's the craziest
Yes.
part.
Yeah, like, see, they don't think the business part of things makes sense. Like, you are a company, you are a brand, you are an entity. Once you are making money, hire accountants. After hiring accountants, hire auditor to audit your accountants, to audit your business manager. Like, run your life like you are running a company. Like
A Fortune 500 company.
Yes.
Everything makes sense in hindsight. Who would do all this one for a family member? Let us put.
No, I know.
Yeah. That's the point. That's the point. That's the point. He's not.
That's the point.
That's the point, man. He's not saying they are. Yeah.
Forget that. See, we learn from the mistake of our forebears.
Of course.
They've gone and they've messed up.
They went ahead of us.
Yes, people that are seeing them, all the Marvels, all the Tensky, all of them that are popping. This small money, don't just run and buy Benz. Run your, like, take your brand, take your business seriously. Like, don't be by Benz, don't be by, like, because the problem that, like, when they initially started, I'm sure they did not have contract. They just shake hand. Nobody knew they would make $3 million. Mavo last year, you don't know he was going to be driving. The cars that he's driving now. So if you are seeing that you are making, that's why sometimes, like, when I listen to Ashake, like, and his new disposition, you know that this man is taking his life seriously. He's talking about, how he wants to build generational wealth. Okay, this is a man that is reading his account statements. He's looking at his
Tupe is not saying about how to love people. Leave all those ones.
No. I'm saying that, like, once you start
saying how to love.
Sorry, Ima.
No.
Let's let him finish it. We're about to move on.
Once you start saying the amount of money that you are making, you will sit up. Like, you'll be like, I can make this amount of money. Like, your brain will start ringing. And the only advice I can give everybody is, please, as an artist, if you're a big artist too, if you can afford to buy AMG, you can definitely afford to pay an accountant every single month. Please, let's be real. You can definitely.
That's what Sigmac is coming forward to let us know.
As one of the musical, the accountants in the music industry, I'm fighting for my people.
Yeah.
Give us jobs so that you will not come and be doing 8-part series in the future.
What?
You don't want to do 8-part series in the future.
Employ an accountant today.
Employ an accountant today and a lawyer.
The accountant. and your lawyer, still go and meet audit firms. There are many.
Yeah.
Oh, there are many. Go and still meet audit firms. Oh, I want to audit my books for the year. Oh, I want to audit my catalog, to audit the logs to see if I was getting there. Because I'm sure that even the distros were stealing from them. For them to be doing this type of messy business, even the distros were still stealing. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Everybody was stealing from the middle. At every point, the money was coming from because of the leaky business. Like you cannot even tell. So
Yeah. All right.
so that nobody will say, "Oh, you are doing tax evasion," so that nobody like keep run your life like a business because you are a brand. You are a 4500 Forbes under 30 business. Please, people should take this thing seriously. This is not a joke. That's my.
No, well said, man. Well said to add to that. Yeah, man. So much activity on the charts this week, actually, guys. This is the week where we are expecting a Davido takeover. Are there any projections on how seismic this takeover would be for the charts?
I can't look away. I want to say I can't look away.
You thought it deducted streams, Abby?
I want to say.
Oh shoot, that happened. I forgot all the things that
it did.
There were some things that happened in the UK charts too that was very fascinating.
Oh, Jesus.
Easy, man, don't do that.
Emmanuel,
Don't do 2
we are
to
talking about
98. Don't do that.
Emmanuel, focus. We are talking about TTC.
Anyway,
please, no 2 to 98, please.
No, but I think we should not focus on this. It's not a new thing. There are always fraudulent things going on in that camp. So,
anyway.
TTC top 10.
We're outside the top 10, man. We have some activity. Okay, Hot Kid with Baba featuring Zlatan ranks at number 14. Has anyone heard that? Hot Kid?
Guys, I don't want to be rude, but he's Hot Kid.
Wow.
The kid is hot.
Wow.
I'm not trying to be rude, guys. Sorry.
Hot Kid was the guy.
That's why.
Which song will you even use?
Is that him?
I actually feel so much better because I actually know who Hot Kid is. This is actually.
Guys, it's actually possible I know him. I just don't know that's his name.
You definitely know him.
He actually changed his name
but he changed his name. He changed the spelling. It's still Hot Kid. It's just the spelling of his name is different.
From Hot Kid to Hot Kid is two different things.
Okay, you as you said it now.
Oh my goodness. Anyway.
You guys don't get what I just did.
Anyway, let's move on. All of Davido's tracks of Oriade rank within the top 40 of this week's singles chart. Okay. All right. My Lights with Llona debuts at number 24 to earn Llona his highest charting single ever on the official Nigeria Top 100. Crazy. Okay, Llona just put out an album, so we might be looking out for next week as well. All right, Fola's You. You guys remember that song? Fola's You ranks at number 50 this week. Log in.
Say you guys remember.
No, because it's not from around now, right? Because it's possible people forgot the song. Anyway, the song is still here in the charts, is the point. Okay, the song is logging its 52nd week on the official singles chart. As a result, it becomes one of the rare singles to spend at least a full year on the top 100. That's why I said, do you remember? Because it's been a whole damn year. This song has been on the charts, bro. Anyway, that's about it with the activity outside the top 10. Moving on to the top 10 this week, we have Ashake's former number 1 with Gratitude falling from number 5 to number 10 this week in its 14th week in the top 10. So that should already indicate a big shift from number 5 to number 10 this week. All right, moving up to number 9, we have Davido with Already Falling, launches at number 9 with 2.4 million on-demand streams, making it number 5 on streaming and 23.4 million in radio reach, making it number 29 on radio. It is Davido's 41st top 10 entry in in the charts history so far. Moving up to number 8, we have Fola and Ira Star with Treat You Right, dipping from number 3 last week to number 8 this week. At number 7, we have another Ashake record making a 5-step drop. We have Forgiveness dropping from number 2 to number 7 in its 14th week on the top 100. It led the charts for 3 weeks. And at number 6, we have Slick by Victoni. It tumbles to number 6 after spending 3 consecutive weeks at number 1. It is second biggest fall from number 1 in the official singles chart history in Nigeria. Only number 1 to number 8 fall for SARS and Benson's Back Outside in the week of May 1st is bigger. Interesting. All right. That was Slick falling from number 1 last week to number 6 this week. At number 5, ladies and gentlemen, at number 5, we have Davido and No 11. Give me that. Rebounding from number 15 last week to number 5 at a peak in its 3rd week on the Nigerian top 100. It tallied 61.2 million in radio reach, making it number 2 on radio, very strong on radio, and 1.84 million on-demand streams, making it number 11 on streaming. How poetic. That was No 11 and Davido with Gimme That at number 5 this week. Moving up to number 4. At number 4, ladies and gentlemen, we have Benson and Ashake with Ejameja, lifts from number 20 to number 4 in its first full week of release. It tallied 3.9 million on-demand streams, making it number 3 on streaming, and 19.3 million in radio reach, making it 44 on radio. It is Benson's 23rd top 10 entry in Nigeria and Ashake's record extending 54th on the chart. All right. That brings us to this week's number 3. Climbing to number 3, we have Davido with I Know Who I Be with GLCJ and Jazz World. At number 3 in its 6th week on the charts, it previously debuted at the top 100. Okay, at the top of the chart, essentially. That brings us to the top 2, man. But before we get into the top 2, ladies and gentlemen, we have a quick recap of this week's top 10. At number 10, we had former number 1 with Gratitude by Ashake. At number 9, we have Already Fallen by Davido. At number 8, we had Fola and Ira Star with Treat You Right. At number 7, we have Forgiveness by Ashake. At number 6, we have Slick by Victoni, a former number 1 from last week. At number 5, we had Gimme That Tin by Davido and No 11. At number 4, we have Ejameja by Benson and Ashake. And at number 3, we have I Know YB by Davido, GLCJ, and Jazz World. And that brings us to this week's number 2. Debuting at number 2, ladies and gentlemen, Sheyi Vibes with GTA. Debuting at number 2. With 6.57 million on-demand streams, making it number 1 on streaming, and 22.8 million in radio reach, making it number 30 on radio. It is Sheyi Vibes' 27th top 10 entry, putting him at a joint 5th artist with the most top 10 entries in history. Okay, that's this week's number 2. Sheyi Vibes with GTA, which then brings us to our number 1 this week. Davido, Before with Mayor Kun and Fola, starts at number 1 on the official top 100 after tallying 6.12 million on-demand streams, making it number 2 on streaming, and 46.5 million in radio, which making it number 8 on radio. As a result, it marks Davido's 2nd number 1 entry off Oriade, as well as his 2nd collab number 1 with Mayor Kun, after the duo previously topped the charts with The Best in 2020. Before is also Davido's 13th number 1 entry on the official singles chart. Only Ashake has more with 19. All right. Just a bit more on Mayor Kun. Okay, before is Mayokun's first number one entry since The Best in 2020, setting a new record for the longest span between number one songs in history, 5 years, 8 months, and 11 days. Just a bit more on Fola. This is Fola's third number one entry in this artist's career, all earned in 2026. The artist opened the year with Paparazzi with Shode, topping the charts for 1 week, while Treat You Right and Ira Star debuted at number one. 5 weeks ago, only Ashake has scored more number one entries in 2026. Shout out to Turntable Charts for this week's top 10. We have lots of new music that we are going to be looking forward to next week. See how they compete. Okay, like Rema's Tea just dropped. We have Fireboy with Clat, or is it Cat? Wait, it's Clat, right? Who else dropped this week that has been Ruga as well dropped a volume. Llona, a full length album. We have a very finite amount of time to talk about so much music, so we might have to carry someone. Ginger's open letter to. I think I was saying something like that, but I didn't finish it.
Yeah, you wrote an open letter to Rema.
So can we? Okay.
Ginger wrote an open letter to Rema.
Oh, okay. Can I read it? Okay, I'm reading it now. Dear Rema, he is Rema. Tea is a nice record, and we salute your ingenuity and ability to be versatile and daring, to take risk and experiment. We love it, but we need you to take on the global dominance fully, and that requires an undeniable global hit pop record. Please go back to pop. Crying emoji.
I'm so.
Can I?
Does everyone agree with Ginger?
I am so.
No, we don't agree with Ginger. We don't agree with him. We don't agree with him.
Not every time you get to
It's
calm
not even
down.
about
That's okay.
Agreeing or not agreeing. Ginger is coming from a place of a love for Rema's music. First of all, recognize that it's not an pop.
Okay.
But my thing is, this is a pop.
This is a pop record, bro. I don't know.
No, every song that will be a calm down, man.
I mean, it's dancehall, but it has the appeal of pop.
It does. He's not saying he wants a calm.
It's dancehall, but it has a global appeal still.
I'm thinking Sean Paul. I'm thinking even Lauren Hill had an album and had reggae on it. Like that 2000s time. That's kind of like what this reminded me of. It just so happens that there is a chorus that sounds like copy and paste ayat, which is also brilliant.
Okay.
Can I just say something to that? Can I just add something to that? I feel like people understand Rema. Like Rema is a visionary, to be honest. Like people understand that the rave community is something that is becoming very, very pop in this industry, right? And Rema is not going to. Rema is the kind of person that will sing the kind of music he wants to sing. Like, yeah, you want him to sing popish kind of music, but Rema is going to stick to what he's going to do, and he's still going to sell out those arenas. Rema has a public appeal to everybody in the world, Japan, America. So that kind of sound you're saying like pop, what's your definition of pop sound that you want Rema to be singing about? Because this song that he just released is a pop song. That song is going to go crazy in the clubs. Just wait.
Ginger, can you answer it?
So there's something that when Kelebu came out, right? Rema is singing this, Rema is singing that. If they play Kelebu anywhere in the world, I promise you, people are going crazy.
It's a rave.
People, when they play Kelebu anywhere in the club,
it's
France, Netherlands, Switzerland, Japan, when they play Kelebu, everybody's going crazy.
Yeah.
So what's that your definition of pop? You want maybe like Kim Kardashian to be dancing to Rema's music and then okay, it's pop, or you want one of those Kevin Hart to dance Rema's song and then it's pop. What's your real definition of that pop? I want to know.
Ginger, are you there?
Yes, so
you have to speak.
I am here. First off,
thumbs down.
I did not say that Rema's Tea is not pop, but it's more niche than pop. It's a more niche type of record than the regular type of pop.
I don't know, bro.
Later.
I don't know, Ginger. I don't know if that one holds water, man.
So what would you say about Travis Scott's music? Travis Scott's music.
That's
What would you say
what
about
I'm
Travis
saying.
Scott's music?
Wait. That's what he's trying. Wait.
Or you should call Sabrina Carpenter.
You should call Sabrina Carpenter. If you can call Sabrina Carpenter, you no go bad.
The thing is that Ginger wants him to have another
you no go bad.
On a monster beat.
See, if you're going to let me just tell you, if you're going to say you want to chase those charts, the and you know the charts I'm talking about.
Did he say he's chasing?
We don't know. Say the charts.
Billboard. He's talking about Billboard.
I'm talking about. Yes, no need. I don't need to spell it.
Don't be vague.
Dante.
What's the chart?
Dante, you know
Billboard.
Oh, yeah, we don't know. Say it. We don't
Billboard Hot 100. Let's move on. Billboard Hot 100. Let's go on. Yes.
So that when I back at your point, I can know what I'm talking about.
He's talking about Billboard Hot 100, guys.
Billboard Hot 100.
Oh, the guys that have been one hit wonder.
UK.
Yes, those guys. Yes, those guys that called him one hit wonder. Yes, which
now I know.
Yeah.
Exactly. You cannot chase those places with this type of records. It won't, how will I put it? Yes, you want to, how will I put it? You want to show that you're versatile, you want to show that you can experiment, you want to show that you can make all type of sound, which is awesome, delightful, I love it. But how do you get yourself back? Now, in order for you to strike a balance, to get yourself back into those folds, you have to make records that are, how like simpler in terms of not just what you're saying, but wait, relax now.
Simpler.
In terms of wait. Let me finish. In terms of not just
what is simpler than
Wait, let him finish because like there's so many things to address.
I swear, man. I swear,
that way they talk now, and they tell you, yes, it sounds like it's simpler. It's going to have, but it doesn't still have the pop nursery rhyme to it that kids can repeat consistently.
What?
It doesn't have it. Yeah, it doesn't have it, bro. Listen to the record again. It doesn't have it.
Oh, okay. So you should have slowed it down or made it less
it's more
aggressive.
More leaning towards what's that other guy that does those mosh pit type music. Apart from Travis Scott, there's one other guy. That American guy.
Cardi?
What's that American guy do?
Cardi?
Yeah, Playboy Cat, God bless you. That's his Kenny.
But it's Rema.
Direction is. Wait, no, I'm not saying it's not Rema, but is it not the same Rema that makes that makes other records?
Which other records so we can know which other records from Rema? Are you looking for Calm Down again? Is that what it was?
He wants another Calm Down.
I'm not saying you're looking for Calm Down again, but we're looking for records
like Calm Down. Right?
Not like Calm Down, but that strikes a balance still. That's still very much, how will I put it, something very singable. What's it called? Something very, how will I put it, something that in the ear is very.
But Ginger, Ginger, Rema fan.
You're looking for catchy. You're looking for catchy.
Rema already told you from the beginning that he's a raver. He wants people to move. That Calm Down, cool and everything. Yeah, he's singing and everything. But Rema wants to go to do a show like when everybody's singing Ozeba, everyone is going crazy. Rema's already told you this is his vibe. And you want him to go and sing something that's not his. Yeah, he sang Calm Down. We don't know the history of how Calm Down came about. The budgeting for Calm Down to promote that song, like John Jazzy said, was ridiculous. Now Rema is giving us something.
Budget. Relax. We're not even getting to budget first. So your song will first gain insane traction before budget.
All right, guys. So sorry, guys. I want to keep the conversation more open. I want to keep the conversation. Wait. Sorry, guys.
What's funny about this Tea song is that nobody has even brought up the fact that YK became one. Yeah. You also
But I'm
came
saying for
from
bringing that up.
Nigeria.
We're going to get there, but we're waiting for them.
See, because there's a lot of new music to get to.
Yeah, there's a lot. That's
That,
that's the issue.
I think
there's
that
a lot.
if Gingerbread believes that yes, this is not the pop song that he thinks can do what he expects of Rema, that's fine. What I'm excited about is that I'm excited to see what Rema's project sounds like, and even more than that, the thing that's been exciting me about Rema all weekend has been all these pictures and videos with Santi. Like that's been what I've been excited about. So everybody will be fine. If your body is not tea, your body is not tea. It's okay.
All right.
Wow.
That's a good segment for
Dante. Yes.
I think
wow, beauty shaming.
Dante. Okay, wait. Dante,
this song
please.
and the trajectory Tony has gone, guys, is for the girl then.
Yeah.
A word I've never said in my life. Interesting.
Wow, we're getting close. Very soon, Bum Bum.
One day you'll say Bum Bum.
Again, do not know what that word means. So like that's just why when I heard it, I was like, oh, absolutely. And if you're not on that, you're not on that. Like maybe.
And don't discriminate, fellas. We can have fun too with it. You know what I mean? Like you can still.
Your body can be tea.
Your body can be tea too. You know.
Ima's body is tea.
Wait! Whoa!
Hold on.
Now why Rema say?
I get wife and pikin. I get wife and pikin.
Now why Rema say tiger? Tiger.
Yo, Dante. Anyway.
That's offside, man.
What do you mean?
Dante don't find prey.
Tiger.
Yo, I have a very silly video I recorded. I probably will post it tomorrow, maybe. But
don't tell me you were
no.
doing like Drake. You're doing like
No. I am dying.
Just to say something about even the title of the song "Tea," right? Is a is a word that a lot of girlies use. So that song has the potential to actually go global. It's actually promoted well. Your body is tea, like your body in a meat pie. Your body is tea. When you see that, bro, girls want to listen to that song, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah, Fussy gets the ladies, man. Come on.
Come on. So far with the numbers, but let's not talk about that.
Anyway,
let's talk about the song.
Anyway, so on the flip side, yeah, Dante, go ahead, real quick.
Yeah, really fire song. I love. Talk about structure. I love the structure of this song. It's very unique, and it's also interesting that him and Fireboy went dancehall in the same week.
On the same week, bro, it became very, very stark. There's a stark difference. I don't know if we want to explore it. But
and like I've seen people who don't get this Rema stuff but are really loving the Fireboy thing, and their defense is, it feels like very different from anything we've ever heard from Fireboy, and they don't agree with Rema's thing. And I've heard the other side is that
there's a flip side.
Fireboy.
There's a flip side.
I think this song is brilliant. I love the music video.
The video is insane.
There's a music video.
What?
Yeah, there is a music
video. Pepe, you should have heard it first with the music video.
References.
My dear, please, a lot was going on this weekend.
I think it helps. It helps if you see the video with the first impression of the song.
To contextualize
the song. It helps a whole lot.
I was there and I was like, bro, what?
It helps a whole lot. It's a fire video
right now, and it took me back to that because I know Rema is like super talented, and it took me back. There was this Rolling Stone article about because like one of the labels that's tied to Rema, one off. I don't know how many is Interscope. And I think the A&R that for one of many A&R that like handles him or something, Interscope was like they were like Rema is like AI that it's almost like you prompt and you request a certain type of fusion and you go on the mic and get it for you. It knows how to like find all those things. So with this is very, 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 very brilliant. Like just 10 over 10. And I don't know. It makes me excited for the album.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I will be playing this song, even though it's like a fire song.
Yeah.
That's just it. I think I'm still, let me not do that. Let's just appreciate this song. The song is absolutely fire. It's a pop song.
Yeah.
Pop music takes like different from as they established our first topic. And pop music has taken a lot from reggae over the years. So if Rema is going this way, it's still definitely making
pop music, and it's a very polarizing approach that he has had on the hook. And I think sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, lastly,
Yeah.
Like again, we do this all the time. Roma drops something, people's like, "Oh, what's this?" And then later on it goes,
Yeah.
and it's almost like
Yeah.
again, similar to my point about Zaylevelten, is like just because it's working now, it is good. So it's like I don't think these people are really even. And there's a video that kind of summarizes my perspective on music right now. I might post it like very soon. A lot of that summarizes how I feel about character of mine, but it's just that I don't think people are really listening to music or people really understand what it is that they are listening to. Because Rema, for once, I told you multiple times that, oh, I don't wait to think about what the audience is expecting or what they need and all this. I'm just going to go do my own thing. And then they catch up. And then people get mad that he's doing his own thing. It's kind of like he said he has never been that.
Yeah.
You know?
Even the calm down song didn't just go global in 1 month. It took like how many months for calm down to
Yeah.
Like advice regarding like the approach to push it, just for context.
Yeah.
That's another topic for another day, but that doesn't support my point right now. So
I wanted this song further highlighted a few things with Rema and his songwriting and his style of writing, if there is a way of saying it.
Yeah.
He highlights
engineers that guy.
Yeah.
That engineering. Bro, do you know like there's no way all those things are on key, first of all.
Yeah.
Somehow it blends well. Like the amount of things they are I've seen somebody break down Rema's vocal routine, like one of the recording engineers he uses in the USA. And I'm like, there's like one plugin they use. I'm like, okay, I hear this. But there's the amount of things that just have to go in terms of like quality for the music to be quality. That's why when you compare certain artists when they come up to certain people, it's crazy to me because somebody's chain might be costing like thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. And you're here like, oh, you're trying to make the same thing. You cannot make the same thing.
Right.
You cannot make a tea at a certain level. Is at the level where you can afford to make those kind of songs from a resource standpoint.
Right. And again, just to highlight a quick point before we get to other songs, because there's a good amount of music today. Okay. All right. So he just highlighted one thing about his songwriting for me. I saw it in Bounce. I saw it in Calm Down specifically. There is always an angle to it to want to break some certain rules. You know what I mean? They like, especially on how you want your chorus to be received. He always wants to take it to the point where you're borderline going to have a disdain for it on the first impact. Like it hits your ear like, okay, this should not be happening type of thing. I think the roll, like that flow just feels like, it feels so like mundane and like juvenile in the approach. But we've seen what that record ended up building up to as an earworm. Ozebatu is another instance of that. Kelebu is another instance of that. Bounce is another instance for that. And this T record as well. Like, this is, what are you thinking doing that? He can easily reduce the pace of how he's going with the T and just go T instead of T. Like, he had that choice. I'm sure he had that creative choice to probably dial it back down. But he says, or at least he kind of sees this in a way, that would be the safe thing to do here, right? And he sees the safe route, and he says, nah, I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to have an impactful difference to it or edge to it. And then I think he ends up trying to score, at least he ends up scoring an earworm out of it for the most part. But regardless, just to close out the thoughts on this, Dari, what were we saying before we pivot?
Yeah. So like this exactly you're saying. Like I remember listening to the song the first time, and I think he has certain formulas that are like standard for like writing hooks and choruses where you repeat. And repetition, he works a lot for like hooks. Like there's like a normal this thing, but he
puts it on steroids.
Yeah, like he does it. And I'm just like, bro, I know this is how this thing works, but like, can you calm down? Like, relax. So like, when I listened to it at first, I didn't like it. But like when I came back, I've not seen the video, but when I listened to it some more, and I was just like, this record is fire, man.
Bro.
I really don't know what it will do, but I'm fucking with the record. Like it's
fire, bro. It's fire.
Then I know people always give him stick for what they call it, his writing, which I think is very good because like I heard the verses, the way he put together the verses and all of those things. I think is a really fire record. Then when he goes like
Tiger. More music before we wrap up. We might have to go over time a bit. So sorry to our producer. But yeah, man, we have Fireboy dropping his first single for his Zuko album. It's called Clat. What is everyone's impressions about it? Since everyone's in the dancehall headspace, what are we saying? Why was he shouting? Come on, man.
Because it's Bumbleclot. Why won't you shout?
Bumbleclot was the hook on this one. I thought it was terrible, man. I thought it was not good.
You see the way you asked the question and nobody said anything.
Yeah, nobody said anything because it feels like you guys are everyone. But regardless, man, I
heard it once, so I can't really take on it.
Okay. Anyway, go check it out. Of course, form your opinion on it. But upon first listen, for me, it's not believable, man. Like it's not. Like I need a lot more. It's probably the safest, the most
everybody has an opinion on the song.
The most novice like approach to dancehall, man.
What you're looking for?
What's the word?
Unnatural.
Okay, Barrow, let me use this word for me. Guys, I was bored. How am I bored listening to a dancehall song?
Right.
I should not be bored.
For him.
Yeah, it feels unnatural. It feels. It reminded me of having fun. It's a song he dropped on, what's it called? On ATTW. Was it ATTW? No, it was Playboy. It was on Playboy.
It reminds me of listening to that.
Go listen to that. It was just a gentrified like take on somebody trying to make an impression, like by the book, ChatGPT'd like impression of dancehall. Like it's one of those cases where it's like
ChatGPT was not really ChatGPT that time.
Yeah,
and that is why I was bored.
Yeah,
I was like, bro, I feel like even I could have put this together. If I can put it together, that's a problem.
Like Bumbleclot, like that's you think dancehall, you think Jamaica, and that's the only word that comes to mind. It's a curse word that probably 5-year-olds probably the first impression of anything patois is Bumbleclot.
Wouldn't that be censored on the radio? Just a question.
I don't even know. Probably.
It would now. It would be censored.
In Nigeria, maybe not. In Nigeria, maybe not.
Yes, it's a bad. We can't just say bomb.
Nigeria.
I'm talking about
it is a curse word, but in Nigerian context, does it register as a curse word? I don't know.
But like in the end, the like when you make a record like that, you're also anticipating that those kind of the Jamaicans would also listen to a record like that. So I'm just thinking like, wouldn't that be censored? Like considering normally like.
I think it depends on context, man. Like of which audience it is. Like if you're talking to a Nigerian audience, I don't think a lot of people will register it as a curse word like that. But but I don't know. I don't know what their rules are.
What they do. But the thing that like you said, guys, like the song is just
what Bumbleclot means, man.
Come on now, bro.
You know,
mean if I bring 10 Nigerian people living in Nigeria right now and ask them what Bumbleclot means, they will tell me what it means?
One thing you have to know that Nigerians are very, very big on dancehall and reggae music. Like we have a lot of influence from that side.
Oh yeah.
People listen to Caribbean music, but we listen to a lot of Caribbean music.
I don't even know what Bumbleclot is.
Oh guys, okay. I don't want to explain the literal word, but it's a cloth. It's a piece of cloth.
There are other things in the song that it will censor for sure.
Yeah.
It's a piece of cloth. That's what it is.
But like you said, like I said about the song, right? I feel like for Fireboy's brand, I see Fireboy as a lover boy, singer. And then when he brings that kind of song, I'm like, what's going on here, man? Like, Fireboy, this is not your kind of vibe. From my own perspective, man. That's not his kind of. Yeah, no, that's kind of. But if you got a
when he gave you people lover boy music and I did, I'm like, people didn't listen. So
I listened though. Come on now, we listened though. Come on now. When that guy did the show in Toronto, where everybody singing songs now.
We love Fireboy.
I'll take to
If Ruga sang that kind of song now, I'll be like, okay, this Ruga's kind of vibe.
Ruga would not sing that, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm like, if he says
it,
he wouldn't name a song Clat or Bumbleclot. He wouldn't go Bumbleclot on the hook. He wouldn't.
He's a student of that school.
He wouldn't.
He understands.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'll try to say that, like, to be honest, I swear to God, I didn't know what the meaning of that word is until I can search it. Right?
Yeah, just search you. You just scarred you, right?
Then, no. I'm not scared because it's like it just brings me to the question that I want to ask.
Yeah.
The question I want to ask is this, right? From the snippets to his personal image to the, like, I don't know if you guys watched the video.
I did.
Yes.
The video is fire, by the way. Ironically, the video is sick.
Yeah, but I am confused. Like, what I mean I'm confused is like
No. Mm-hmm.
You know before when they did that initial snippet.
Before.
We thought it was like an experimental rock shit that was about to happen.
Right.
With the
different song.
I don't remember the snippet.
Are you sure? Are you sure that's a different song or this is the same song?
Oh, are you saying from the intro? Are you saying from
Fire?
Are you saying from
Die by Fire?
Oh, okay.
It's a different song?
Okay. Because then I just was supposed to say that after checking the meaning of the
Bumbleclat,
who is the song for? Because it's not for the girls. It's not for the girls are not going to sing that.
Yeah.
The girls.
Do you know the way dancer, like female dancer audience are?
No. What I'm saying is like,
bro.
His target market, his main target market is not female dancer audience.
Bro, he dropped it on the worst week. He dropped it on the worst week too.
No. You don't even get what I mean. Like, if you want to talk about like poo facts, this is like I don't think you should name the song Bobo Clat. Like, even if it rhymes, I don't think you should do it. You can you make the song sexy. The song is not sexy. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not. It's
like you said, like Fireboy's fans are not like, it's like Adekunle Gold coming to say Bombo Clad. Like, that's not Fireboy.
No. Hold on.
I'm telling you, bro.
Let's slow down.
Okay.
Fireboy has a strong.
This song is the featured artist.
Yeah, the featured artist is my sister.
Like, they did not put him on that song and thought, oh, since this guy is on it, a lot of people from that audience.
Yeah.
I think the play is very clear here.
Yeah, of course.
It's pretty clear. You might not want to, you might be from a Nigerian lens and all that, but everything they are doing is very clear.
Yes.
No. Like, I just feel like this song.
He wants a dancehall party record, bro. That's what he wanted to get.
I'm not like the song is one thing, but like also being confused about that thing. But the only reason you'll be confused is if you didn't see the first video where the monochrome thing with the red was going on, and then the next video, then the Zuko album announcement, then the video used to announce.
Yeah.
Like, there was a theme with everything.
There is.
Perfect. The fact that it was dancehall might be a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
But it was even a snippet.
Yeah, I think there's a theme, there's a world building he's doing right now.
There is a world building. So you're only lost if you were not following it.
Yeah. That's why.
The lead single to the album.
It is the lead single to the album.
It is the lead single.
It is the lead single to the album. I like the whole. Yeah.
It's a lesser effort to the lead single. Like, if you're going to
it's not a strong effort for me.
It's not a proper showing to lead an album, and an album that you're naming off of Twitter name is funny too. Second person doing
it. I wanted to end by saying that, like, I know I was also part of them. We said, oh, ATTW, this is not you. Remember the son of who you are. At this point, if child wants to be wayward, it's going to be wayward.
Bro,
so
the thing is, you can't tell somebody not to evolve. You can't tell somebody not to reinvent their self or their image. The sad part of when you now try and do it, the results, how it comes across, it's tough. It's a tough sell. It's a tough sell.
I also feel that sometimes, to be honest, I feel like sometimes we might also sound like a bit harsh on Fireboy.
I know that's how it sounds like, bro. I know that's what it sounds like.
all is good with us.
Yeah, I feel I feel that that's the reality too.
Since people were defending Rema just minutes ago.
Yeah,
but now
but that was part of the reason why this made it look so. Because I heard this just before the Rema record, and I was like, bro, it was such a like, you know, when you see all these Twitter guys that set their own camps. Obviously, they've built a rivalry with Rema and Fireboy DML over the years and try to debate their ability. I think they are very two distinct, brilliant artists themselves. But once you see a certain lane, a certain route that one dominates in, and you see other person trying to somewhat evolve into that lane and take up that imagery, it's so glaring. Like it wasn't. It just sucked that it was the same week where you could see the difference.
What I'm going to say is Fireboy DML is a fitting name for a dancehall artist more than what it was doing before.
Fireboy DML. Yeah, I guess that's funny, but yes. But there is a world that he's building with this album again. The hand wrap, the beating up, like blood on the hand wrap thing that he has going on where he's fighting some form of, enemy and being that Zuko, at least pushing back on the narrative, trying to control his narrative. I see all of that and I respect all of that for him. It's just that overall, the packaging for the song itself and what it represents, what it represents his image, I don't know, we might just be a victim of the context that we do have of early Fireboy, Laughter, Tears and Goosebumps Fireboy, Apollo Fireboy. I think there's an image that he has kind of engraved in our heads that I don't think he has trained. I'm speaking for myself. Maybe I'm not saying the general masses, but yeah, I don't think he has trained me well enough to see him in a different light. And when we've tried to see him in a different light, where he tries to poke, there's this certain innate, like, by the book structure he always approaches it. Like, there's an approach he always has that is so by the book every time. And it's like, bro, sometimes don't be as tense. He feels tensed up in his approaches to it. It feels like, oh, it has to go by this way. Oh, Jamaica, what did they say? Bumbleclad. So I'm going to put it here. Like it just feels very predictable. It feels very safe. It feels very like, you're just trying to follow the rules so much. It's like, ugh.
It's not authentic.
Yeah, it doesn't come off authentic. It looks like he did his research for how to come across dancehall, and it's like, let me call this guy on it. And it's like, yeah, that's what it feels like with Fireboy, man. But again, let's not dwell too much. Speaking of dancehall artists from a Nigerian perspective, Ruga put out a very, very, very will I say, he put out an EP or a volume 1 mixtape, whatever.
I about to say the same thing, Ginger. Jesus loves me. Oh.
Yeah, man.
So easily forgettable, Jai. Let us.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. It's called Raw and Unfiltered. How did you guys find it, man? 6 tracks.
Yeah.
It's that you ended up giving us snippets for each of them. But yeah, how you feel?
I wanted to start with that because I was writing to the friend Ruga last week against my own will because of that first track. I want to say that, to be honest, I was disappointed. Now, I was disappointed because of, I'm just going to piggyback of like the 3 artists that we have discussed in recent period, which is Rema, Fireboy and Ruga. I feel like I can listen to them this week and I can see where their mindset is as an artist. I'm like their different approach to music.
Yeah.
And that is what like made me feel disappointed with the Ruga's music. So what made me feel disappointed was his writing brilliant up into like the verses. But when he gets to that chorus, he just comes up with like a ridiculous, repetitive chorus, and it's just
okay.
Good.
Is it the? I think there's a good example. The She Don't Like Men.
Hook? Yeah. Like all the only song I could take out of that EP is the one about money, the one with Musakif,
Musakis?
and I feel like that one had like a different side of the where
Yeah,
like
that was 3-step
it
record.
was yeah. That song was like a bit different in his approach.
Yeah.
But like I feel like for the other songs, like he would start off, then he would just come up with like a very, very repetitive chorus. Like the choruses were just repetitive. And it just gave me the ick. That like, yeah,
Interesting.
I know it's a pop thing,
Mm-hmm.
but like like for example, with the Rema's people think it's like, oh, how can you just come to the studio and just be saying but I can bet you that if they give you 1,000 studio sessions, you would not deliver that line the way he delivered the line.
Yeah.
Do
Oh,
you
sorry, I
understand?
don't think he delivered that line, bro. I don't think I'm about to deliver
No, no, no,
that
no, no,
line.
no. I'm not saying that like, oh, you have to deliver the line like great or perfect. What I'm saying is Rema comes up with like new ways to deliver something. I don't know if you get what I mean. Like if like everybody's talking about like oh, he wants pop record or ginger. Like we had about you last year. Like what I'm saying is like the delivery of songs, like your delivery, like your cadence,
Yeah.
to me is very, very important, more than like it's as important as like the writing. I
Yeah.
don't know if you get what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you just singing it in like there's a popular video of whereby like I think it was Guilty Beat or something like that. He was telling like Lade like, oh, like deliver the same line in multiple ways. Do you
It was
understand?
gospel
Whereby she
beats.
was
It was gospel beats.
it was
Yeah.
Gossip Beat. She was
Mm-hmm.
singing like
Mm-hmm.
the exact same line
In different ways. Yeah.
in different ways. So that's my problem with this Ruga EP. If you check the choruses of almost all the songs, he was delivering the choruses in the exact same way, like in the exact same, like there was no
Okay.
like there was no
Despite they were all different genres, essentially.
despite they were all different genres, the
Interesting.
choruses came up to me in my head like I didn't have a problem with the verses and the writing, but like
Okay.
anytime we got to the chorus, it just felt like, oh, all my creative juices are finished.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give you like something repetitive that like anybody can sing along
Right.
to.
Right.
And I'm not saying that is a bad idea, but it does not profit me and my household. In my
Right.
household, we don't stand for that. Like come up with like something different to
Right.
deliver the chorus.
Right.
Like just come up with something like let it be unique. Let it like
Gotcha.
that's why anytime people bash Rema, I always defend him because it is not easy
Okay.
to do what like it's not easy to go against the grain.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if somebody is doing it and everybody keeps bashing him, like we would
All right.
the music will not go forward. So the EP it wasn't bad music. I just didn't like the repetitive chorus and the flow that he did.
Question
But
for you guys. Question. Oh, sorry, just to
yeah.
sorry to introduce. I just want to keep the conversation about the Rule EP. Are you guys fans of EPs that come to that you can tell the objective of the EP is to show that, hey, I can do different soundscapes, I can do different arenas, or do you prefer EPs that somewhat not necessarily you kind of expect it as an album, but the EP itself has a big sonic universe or some things that tie all the songs together, and then you kind of see it as a more cohesive body of work as opposed to like
I think it always depends on the artist.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
sorry, did you want
No, yeah, that's I think you got the question. Yeah.
All right, so one, it really depends on the artist, but also one of the purposes of an extended playlist is to show, is to do that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't necessarily have, there's reason mixtape and mixtape, I know this is happening, even though DSPs have jumbled everything together. Extended playlist literally helps you show another side in a few songs. Right. I'm not
Yeah.
expecting EPs necessarily to be the most cohesive, but
Mm-hmm.
because EPs and like albums, everything's like same platform, people kind of mix up the standards of what an EP is and what an album is. An EP can do like Success Rise can do what maybe you want an album to do, But if this is the choice you've made with this, is like, oh, okay, I get it. This is a role that the EP can play. And then with the album, usually is a few songs that you're like, you would consider experimentation.
Yeah.
And some songs will be your comfort zone. Then, songs play different roles. And if cohesively you're trying to like push a mission and you stay on topic like a Llona for the most part, you kind of get what you're getting. Because also is interesting enough, I don't know if you got to Llona, but he didn't go EP next. He went album again.
Yeah, he did.
So yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for me, I think to answer that question, like it totally depends on the kind of artist. If you are a very established artist, your EP could be an opportunity to show a different side of you. And the EP could actually also be a way to test the waters. And I think the best person that does this, find the most, actually has to be Rema. I remember when he actually teased the red EP, or what's the name of that EP that came before the East album?
Rave, the
Ravage.
Ravage
EP, exactly. Like you could tell that it was using it to test some sound that was not there.
But that was a cohesive EP.
Yes, it was cohesive, and it depends on where you are in your artistry that will determine what you want to use your EP for.
Yeah.
If you are a newbie that is coming, that is trying to introduce yourself to the market, you actually want to make it to sound like an album.
Like Ruga's, not necessarily too. But even Ruga's first EP,
they'll try different sounds.
Yeah, Ruga's first EP was a lot more cohesive. Like it was a dancehall statement. His Pandemic EP, right?
True.
Think the first records that had Bow, that had I'm not saying Rema, I'm saying
not Rema.
Ruga himself, the Pandemic EP.
Ruga.
The Pandemic EP. He had Bow. He had
Bounce.
He had Bounce.
First EP also had different sounds. Like
Rema's first EP was a variety. It was a variety pack. It was a variety pack.
Was that the one that Connie was on?
Yeah, it was on Connie. Connie was there. Yeah, I feel like variety packs do they make sense more when you're introducing yourself, or do they make more sense?
I think
it could go either way, man.
If I minus the art and I focus on like want to introduce person to the market, definitely variety pack, simply because maybe you want to test the waters.
Yeah.
Some people are like, okay, we're not certain what's gonna click. Guys, Gonzalez said it. If Rema's trap records blew up, Rema would be a trap artist.
Yeah, he would be a trap artist. Yeah.
It was because the Afrobeat song started getting momentum was why they put money on Afrobeat.
Yeah.
So this is like
it's like an experiment. No?
Yeah, it's an experiment.
It's like, what's gonna go?
But I think Ruga is at a crossroad where he's trying to experiment again to see another takeoff point for him.
The songs don't feel like experimentation to me.
They do.
What I've heard is kind of like I feel like while maybe you've not heard the sound from him, it sounds comfortable. Maybe I've been trying a bunch of stuff in the studio, but it does sound like he's at home. Okay,
maybe no experiments. Maybe I understand what you're saying. Maybe no experiment, because there are sounds here he has done before, like the Brazilian funk record he has done before. 3-step he hadn't done before. I didn't see him in a 3-step like earlier.
Oh, he hasn't done.
Wait, he has done. He did. Okay, maybe not 3-step, but I've heard him on like I can't remember like if it was 3-step, but there's a song with Skylar Tyler, and I think there's a song with Rudimental that were both house records. So like even him in the dance music space is not new to me either.
The gospel direction too was very first.
On this tape that I listened to,
the gospel is the first.
The gospel angle is definitely one of those experiments too that he's kind of like, hey, I know I'm a Jesus boy, but like I've actually showed it on my album.
That's what happens when you pay attention to the artist. Like there's something that was surprising. I've been doing too much. Ruga has also like spoken about his.
He's spoken about his faith. Yeah, oh yeah. You know him a lot. Yeah.
The song did shock me also.
It did shock you, but
it does. It also has a like obnoxious.
Yeah, it does have a borderline satirical. It has a satirical twang to it.
Well, didn't Jesus love me while lying down on the floor and doing sexiness? Well, that's what it is.
Yeah, man, that's
the concept of family, which is okay. I don't want to start sounding like I'm blasphemous. Danger is the duality of.
It's the I was literally about to say the exact same word.
The second song on Llona's album sounds exactly like the instrumental sounds a lot like Burn by African. And I need somebody to tell me that I'm not crazy.
There is another song that
LOL.
sounds like Stuck by Audio.
LOL.
There is another guitar.
All I know is that Llona's album. All I know is that Llona's album that I listened to is one of the most profound albums I listened to this year.
Wow.
It's a fantastic effort.
Did he eclipse his debut?
Yeah, phenomenal showing. Yeah, to me, better than his debut.
Man.
Phenomenal showing. There was no slacking. Production on point. Mixing on point. Vocal stacking. Everything was dope. Features are Blackie. I'm going to call her
Black Sheriff.
From Black Sheriff.
Yeah.
Delivered. Friday on point.
Yeah.
There's one guy too. I've forgotten the other feature. One guy's name. That guy likes the way he sang chorus. Morello, God bless you. I like the way that guy sang that chorus. That song I put it on repeat at work yesterday because it's a new day today. And then what's it called? The track, is it track 7 or track 8? I loved it too. Like, I didn't skip any of the tracks. That's just it. Like the first album, I had maybe 1 or 2 or 3 skips, but this one, I didn't even skip any. I went through it. I feel like, to me, this year, I feel like it's the most profound album I've listened to this year.
Okay.
Followed by Revival by Ladipo.
Yeah, he was very bold by not putting out a single first for this album, which was insane.
Yeah.
So interesting.
It makes it clear that this was meant to be consumed as an album.
Yeah.
Like, and
it said no trailers.
Even while the first album had singles, it was because those records were like already big, and they kind of built on that momentum, and this was regular moment,
and they still made sense in the album.
Yeah, and they still absolutely.
And the arrangement too is really good. The arrangements, wow, that's another thing.
There's actually no slap with that because there is.
The arrangement is on point. The guys that worked on it, kudos to them. The team. The arrangement is on point.
Nice.
And I saw that he's with Encore Recordings or something now.
Yeah, he made a big. He cut.
The first project.
Oh, okay. With Encore.
What did you say?
After some time, the first project was already on Encore before this.
I didn't know. I'm just seeing that.
Encore.
So is he still KVLT?
Wait, was Encore the one responsible for the first project?
Initially. Then after some time, it went to Encore.
So right now, is this album KVLT?
No, this album is not KVLT. I don't think this album.
No, this was Encore. Encore Recordings. That's what I saw.
The first album is not like Encore together.
The last one is saying, the last album is saying both KVLT and Cult. And Encore.
Initially, it was just
Cult.
Yeah, down to be correct.
I think they have like a direct pathway, like because and KPLT, I think they have like a partnership or something. Because
you would think that, but they did again. You might be right, but based on the previous artist, again, you have to talk about details of that other one.
This is not their first signing. That's what I'm
exactly because of like Victoni, but they didn't go there directly. They shopped it around first because the first project, one of the people who didn't take it up was Larry Marshall, Orchard, basically. Let me not say Larry Marshall, Orchard, and later on, Ikem was like, he was proven wrong, and a lot of people that said no to the project were also proven wrong with what they were able to do with it. So I think it was in the midst of like as things were going on. I feel like they were already doing things with their own resources, which Llona acknowledged in, I think, the Oshikoya Speaks podcast episode on homeless. Again, it's been like a year or so or something, so it's kind of been it's hard to remember some details. Again, very open to be corrected, not all fact.
Gotcha.
The second album, brilliant. There are so many, like, of course, songs to take away. Consuming it as an album is definitely the best. But like, again, I'm not the artist. But there's one thing if I could change is one of my favorite songs on this project is called Cry, produced by Johnson IP. I wonder if it was only him that produced that. Johnson IP, but I knew once I heard his tag, I was like, Johnson IP and Posey. Also, shout out with this telling. That guy has been there since homeless and he's been doing some crazy things. So
The engineer.
Before I get to what you said, in the how Cry starts, like with the beat drop, because it was like, what's the possibility of a young warlock? That's the problem of a young boy or something along those lines. I wish that was the chorus because that melody is so tight, but it was a message over everything, which is kind of like what it is with Llona. And I think that's kind of like why I appreciated Can't Breathe as a song that kind of became like a cult hit in a way, because I think Can't Breathe is one of the biggest songs from the last project.
Yeah.
Because like the melodies were so tight, you knew it could penetrate so many spaces. And that's my thing with this Cry song, because that the melody on the verse so perfect. In fact, if somebody really wanted to do it, you would take that and make like a dance record with it and just restructure the whole song, which could be fun. But yeah, that's like the only thing I would have think. Doesn't mean I didn't like the song, but
Gotcha.
what happens is every time I play the song, I always restart it because just help you start is why you up boy, and I have to restart it because I'm just like how it enters. That song is so crazy.
Nice.
The song that Ginger was talking about is a different picture with Morello. That song is brilliant. At around 40 seconds or 42 seconds to the end of the song, they start playing the apps. And it went stupid. Like it had a whole solo to outro the song. It was insane. Like I look in my creative version where it's just that, and I put it on repeat, and I put it like on some random MP3 player on my phone because I'm just like, what is this? Like, what exactly are you doing to me? You know, it was like a turbulence fire, almost like hip hop moments. It was like rapping, really sick. I really, really appreciate the topics he explores because, it is real life. And this album reminds me of when I went to his concert and a lot of guys were shocked that they were female Llona listeners. And listening to this album, there is also a part of like very manly, egotistical rudeness going on, and it's like disrespect because there is a song that on the outro, the also just like last project, this project was on the road, and there's a lot of sound design regarding a moving bus.
Yeah,
where it starts is moving, and on one of the songs, the bus made a stop, and when it made a stop, it came down and took a piss. And I was like, Llona, I don't need to be listening to this.
You need to hear the piss. You heard the piss on the.
So you hear the piss.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah, what is this?
That's hilarious.
Everything. Yeah, I'm like
detailed.
Detail on like monitors. So like why is this going on right now?
That's funny.
Yeah.
My moral lesson for today is very simple. Do not let the enemy inside your house disrupt and break apart your family. Then be one, no be two. Also, don't let the enemy inside your house steal your $1 million.
Amen.
Okay, bye.
Amen to that. Also, Mr. P is Peter and Paul is Rude Boy. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll be back next week to cover all our faves and the activities as well. Peace out and we out. Bye. Shout out now as well on Twitch, bro. we did.